What is going on, governors? Chisgule here, and today we're spectating Kingdom 365 battling into Kingsland against not one, not two, but three entire war camps. It's a 3v1 KvK, and it should be really fun to watch, honestly. Now, holding down the passes to your zone in Zone 6, that's one thing. But Kingsland, man, that's a whole other ballgame. So I am really eager to see how that goes. Big shout out to our members and moderators in the chat. Let's just cruise through them real quick. Khan, Chahar, Cobra, Berserker, and 365, Fruity Danny. How's it going? Thug Lightyears, good to see you. Happy Cave. What's good? Oh man, a lot of chats before this even started. Saying M, Bob. Polidoros. Hello, hello. KK plays games. Jason. Friskin. Frederick FR, Esteth, and the Crazy. Great to have you all here. Also, big shout out to my legendary guard who donate very generously to the channel. I appreciate you. For those that didn't know, you can become a member of the channel. Gives you the badges, the emojis, the fun stuff to drop in the chat. We even have Burn Ruz emojis these days, and the ever so popular Cleo Frustrated. Let's go. Now, we have only 15 minutes until Kingsland opens, so we should jump in game. What do you think, chat? What do you think? It's gonna heat up. We gotta take this Discord partner hoodie off here. Let's go. If you haven't joined my Discord server, discord.gg/Chisgule. Okay. Berserker, good luck. Hey, yeah, if you want to send me reports. I'll take reports. I'll definitely take reports. Let's get a look around the map here. We've got folks forming up at the pass. There we go. Berserker's gonna drop those reports. Huge. 875. Forming up at the pass. Looking around the map. Which kingdom do we have here? 2338. Forming at the pass. Thutmose is good, but only in like KvK seasons 1 through 3. It'll be fine after that, but not amazing. So I wouldn't put universals into there. And then all the way around the map, 2244, who we have allied with in the past. 960 Zone 6 is looking sweet. Is that so? Tell me more. Let's get some hydration rolling here. Can Saladin work as a secondary to XY and Nevsky? Yes, indeed. We got some lime flavoring for our seltzer here. You can't really tell because it's green screened. There's a lime on the wrapper. It's seltzer. We have a soda stream. The cost of a soda stream is just so much more reasonable than actually buying cans of seltzer. It's so much more reasonable. Think about how many more gold chests I can drop, you know? Just think about it in terms of how many gold chests per year I'm saving. Oh, that's such a bad way to think about finances. Super Rise of Forts in the 960 KvK. Yeah, I can't wait till the developers decide that that's important enough to look at. Because I feel like as a player, I would have looked at that like a year ago, man. As a player, it feels really important. Like really, 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 really important. Because I just don't think the fort meta is so amazing, personally. I don't think that's how the game is really meant to go, you know what I mean? I think it's a creative, players just doing what works situation and needs to be corrected. I'm not saying it's wrong for players to do it. I'm just saying I think the game design should address it. Logan! Welcome to the Honor Guard. Yo, let's get those hype emojis for Logan. And a search emoji, so you becomes the next member of the channel. Let's go. First member of the stream. I appreciate you. Charles Alex is bad. I wouldn't say it's good. We should have a boxing match against Nephisto. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I know it's a thing that, like, YouTubers would do. That was popular, but I feel like that... How do I want to say this? Ooh. I feel like my prior videos on Nephisto say everything that needed to be said. Pardon me. Now, let's get a timer up on the screen for how long it'll be till this Kingsland opens up, yeah? 10 minutes. I mean, it's coming in real soon. All right, there it is. Bless you. Thank you. Just doesn't want to beat up babies. I just don't want to give more attention to them is more the thing. Sheesh. So who wins this KvK? Well, that's what we're here to see. That's what we're here to see. Who will win this KvK? The biggest glass cannon is Khan. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that. There's no defensive capabilities whatsoever. I personally would have dropped a... I honestly am astonished that we have not dropped museum buffs onto these commanders. I mean, like, think about it. Like, the materials for museum buffs either take time or money to obtain. It feels like, call me crazy, a win for the developers, win for the players, if commanders like Saladin, okay, Tamaris, get a little museum buff, even if it's a little buff. All right, even if it's a little buff and you change it later, you make it better. You know? Dale, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Ahmad, hey, thank you for the message. Why'd you stop playing War and Order? You know, I really enjoyed War and Order. But it didn't get as many views, obviously, as I'm pulling down from Rise of Kingdoms. And I just can only be spending so much time on so many things. So... for a time now, I'm just enjoying being back to really a one-game channel at the moment. It's Rise of Kingdoms. Now, in fairness, that's not entirely true. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you. I gotta figure out still a really great way to get this hooked up. I've not done that yet because, unfortunately, my Elgato capture card does not support Android devices, which is really... bit of a rip here. Okay, but like oh, it's gonna be green screen. It's just gonna look stupid. You can't even see it. You can't even see that that's Call of Dragons going on. You can't even see that that's Call of Dragons. I probably could show you my city the way that I was just doing that, but that's not all that exciting. We just had a pass battle in Call of Dragons. It was really crazy. It's really crazy. Because, like, you drop in these behemoths, okay? Which is like a Titan boss that goes in and fights. And they're beatable. They're actually more beatable, I feel like, than they should be. All things considered. So anyways, you know, I mean, imagine you're fighting at a pass but then the enemy side drops in like literally a monster, like a 3-headed Hydra, okay? And it starts like wrecking your troops and has a ton of health. It's pretty cool. It's definitely different. So yeah, technically I'm like a 1-game channel with like a R&D, my R&D arm, checking out another game at a time, just to, you know, just to see. We just looking. Machino, hey, thank you for the $15 super chat. Much appreciated. #1 fan. Hey, let's go. Let's freaking go. But it is funny just kind of looking in at Call of Dragons, because like, do these guys think they're so tough? They think they're so tough, bullying people. I'm like, man, if I was putting a main account here, y'all would be getting clapped right now. But I'll be patient. I'm not gonna revenge spend to go wreck some people. We'll wait until the main account, till the global launch. I'm gonna chill. But it's taking some chill. Is Rock dying? I don't think so. Am I free to play? Well, I haven't spent a penny in Call of Dragons, actually. Dude, why? Oh my god. Hitting their own captain over here. It's interesting. What are these guys doing with... First of all, what are they doing with Charles Martel at the gate? And second of all, why are they not tagged? Minecraft is crazy views? Dude, I know. Honestly, just play Minecraft. Get 1 million subs to the channel. Easy. Be a Minecraft streamer. I don't even know how that works. Say an M. Thank you for the super chat. I'm joking when I say I don't know how that works. I understand how that works. Pass buffing? Well, that's the thing. That's why I was like, why Charles Martel? Because like you're not going to pass buff. You better not swarm the pass with that crap, right? Dude, Cortex and Abe and Tripod and Ruz and Bunny and a bunch of us were watching my old KvK. I don't know which number it was. I want to say 6 video streams. Dude, it was so funny to see how I was playing in KvK 6. This was the first Strife of the 8 we did. Back when 1075 actually, like, really had a killer KvK. Like, even though we lost, like, everyone was like, holy shit, you guys are awesome. Man, it is really funny to watch that stuff. Like, I was running around with a Charles, like, Herald at one point. It was just like, bro. Back when it was actually difficult to switch equipment. Y'all may not remember that back in the day, you didn't just get to push a button and all your gear moved around. No, 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 no. It was a real pain in the butt back in the day. So you had to, you know, when you're switching up between your garrison march and your field marches, it was such a pain. But we were just looking at the way I was playing, and it was like, oh my god, I play a lot better now than I did back then. No, I mean, that 114 KvK, let me tell you, our war camp was amazing, and 1075 freaking delivered. As did the other kingdoms in our war camp. So, is Yan a good investment is a fair question, and we're here in part to see that. I want to see how Yan performs, okay? I want to see these kingdoms put the new Garrison commander to the test. Now, Heroic Anthem. Yeah, there's support skills, okay? I winked at you as you looked at my gate. Let's go, poggers. Now, funny thing is that a lot of those people that we were fighting in the 114 KvK are now in this kingdom that we actually allied with previously and got a big W, which was kind of cool. My time is off. Oh, it's close enough, right? Yeah, it's off, but it's close. I guess I could update it. It's more like an approximation of like, Cheesy Pants, when do you need to be looking? Right? Like, when do I need to be paying attention here? That's what this is really here for. I don't know about you all, but we started to set up some Halloween decorations yesterday, which I'm feeling pretty cool about. My wife really loves having a house that is decorated for the holidays. I feel like that gives her like a shocking amount of joy. Duly noted, right? So we got to move all in on the holiday decorations for all the holidays that roll around. We're not that house that's got like overflowing decorations. We're not there yet. But I feel like in 10 or 15 years from now, when we've had the time to really become hoarders and accumulate 10 to 15 years worth of Halloween decorations, like, we're going to be that house that has tons of stuff. The only thing that we have now is just a huge freaking spider web, okay? That's like the big centerpiece. It's actually really easy to do. Well, you got to get a ladder out, but it's this gigantic spider web, okay? That goes from the roof, okay, down to, like, you know, your front lawn. And you get some giant spiders, right? Like huge spiders that you put on there, a couple of them. And it's pretty cool. Takes up a lot of space. And, I mean, you know, brings a lot of festive spirit for pretty low effort. Take a video of it. So we got that up, which is pretty good. Change to a Halloween banner in game. Okay, so drop a 1 in the chat if you were playing Rise of Kingdoms for the first Halloween event series in game. 2 if you started after that event had already happened. 1 in the chat if you were here for the first Halloween in Rise of Kingdoms. Because if you were here, you will remember, and you can see this in my videos, by the way, that they put little spooky framing all around the game. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, this music's way too chill. We need some hype. It's pass opening. Need hype. We need hype. Here we go. Volume up. Why is there a regular Skippy? Did somebody forget their Skippy Prime? They got a regular Skippy here. Tell a friend we're streaming Kingsland opening 3v1 KvK, the Chisgule Gaming YouTube channel, and it's going down live. Oh yeah, they're doing big buffs, man. They're like really tryharding on those buffs. Look at all those Trajan Mulans. I'm not saying that's the wrong thing to do. I'm just observing that it's happening. They even got a Richard I. Hopefully angled just right so that none of the AoE from Richard I, which causes a damage reduction, will apply to any of the past swarmers. Do I get mad when someone calls you cheesy pants? No, I feel like I was the person who made that up. And then it started using it about myself, and then other people started using it. I honestly don't remember the origin of cheesy pants. Honestly, I actually don't know where it came from, and that's the beauty of embracing the name. I actually remember it was Devil's Knights who messaged me and was like, hey Chisgule, just gotta warn you, dude, but you're kind of getting memed with this when I did that in a video, right? Now it's an emoji, so like it's kind of becoming a meme, and I'm like, no, this is amazing, and you embrace it, and what could be embarrassing is actually 10 out of 10, maybe even 11 out of 10 amazing. So there's the pass. Pass has fallen. One pass captured. The other pass captured. Technically, they got it faster in BLN over here. Uh-oh. Trouble in Paradise. Pass is not captured yet. This is why we're streaming this. Very entertaining. Uh-oh. Small amount of health remaining. It was in 1075, I was cheeseburgering, and you started calling yourself Cheesy Pants. All right, there we go. There it is. 2244, together to the end. And this, Kingsland will determine, is this the end? Or is this just the beginning? Here we go. Pass captured. Uh-oh. Trouble in Paradise. Pass swarm. Oh god, Trajan Ethel on the pass. Trajan Ethel on the pass. That's a disaster. I'm gonna ducky for that one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I spy with my little eye.
Uh-oh. Trajan is just not where you want to be, man. You need big DPS. Oh, another Ethel.
Neil, you free to play.
Oh,
peasants.
no. Dude, is this pass health going up or down? Is the pass health going up? Is this actually out healing their damage? Oh my god, it's Ethel Richard. They will fail.
Neil, you free to play. Peasants.
Oh my god. The pass is healing. I don't have enough sound effects to play fast enough for this one. Oh no! That was Osiris? Get out of here! What is this? What is this amateur crap? Oh my god. Yeah, get out of here! Jesus, the pass is literally healing! Now you know why 365 felt like they could do 3v1, okay? Jesus.
Neil, you free to play. Peasants.
And still that Trajan is there doing literally nothing, actually letting the pass heal. KvK1 called. Yeah. They want their commanders back. Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
Paging Kingdom 2244. Please take your no damage commanders off the pass, return them to your city, and never leave your city again. Thank you.
Oh my god. Get out of the way for the rally! Oh my god. Oh, they took it. I was gonna have a heart attack. Okay. 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 Well, chat, you're in for a treat. Who knows what's gonna happen? This is 2 seconds away from enraging. Oh, I think they're gonna get it. Whoa, that was dicey. All right, what else we got here? All right. Okay. Chat, all passes have been secured. Here we go. Entering into Kingsland now. Oh my golly goodness. Well, it's one of those what could go wrong streams, right? What could go wrong? Honestly, the pass opening is one of the most fun parts. Now, you kind of kick back a little bit. You grab your popcorn. You let my soothing voice narrate the battlefield as we drop the music volume down ever so slightly because, you know, the crazy hype moment has passed for now, which is that we need to build some damn flags before anybody's actually going to be rallying each other. And this is very smart. You see what they're doing here, right? They are gathering up these nodes so that they can actually teleport cities in when the time comes to port into Kingsland. This is a subtle but very important thing that top tier kingdoms will do, is they will have accounts to farm things up. And you can see this side is not... I mean, they're gathering stone. I don't know if they're doing the same thing over here, you know? There's definitely... It's definitely intentional to be doing that gathering. Now, we do have, a little bit of random porting. Love to see it. This is a particularly important hop right over here. This hop is very important. It doesn't look like it, but when Kingsland opens here, I mean, these passes would be not far away from each other. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, like 4 flags per side, you know, before there's a battle, maybe 5 per side. But because of this jump and this jump, it's actually really, really, really fast that these folks are going to start fighting here. So you get only a small number of flags into the zone before you're going to have first blood on flags. So this is going to happen really fast. And if they can't control the field here, okay, then it's a problem. And I feel like the slightly more difficult position is this hop over here. Because for whatever reason, like swinging around this way seems to be really difficult. A lot of kingdoms really mess up this hop right here. They just completely throw on this hop. And I think a part of the reason here is you got to get your one flag, and then the second this flag is down, okay, which now seems to be the case, they got to get one, they got to get two flags, they got to get a third flag, they got a fourth flag already going. What the hell is this? Oh my god. Chat? It's like a pass was taken. This is like a pass just got captured. What is happening? Oh my god. That's really one-sided. Oh my god. Look how one-sided that is. Like, I cannot push the rubber ducky button fast enough to represent what you're seeing on the screen. Yeah. This is why we have those amazing member emojis. Yeah, we get some YSG emojis in the chat, please. We get some YSG emojis in the chat, please. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Oh my. That's... Those marches do be melting, though. I actually wonder if I'll be able to speak in a grammatically correct way after having streamed for some number of years. Like, by the time my kid needs to learn grammar, will I be able to teach her, or will I have turned into just... I don't even know how to describe. I'll have lost all understanding of appropriate grammar and only know internet speak. I feel like that's likely to be where I will have ended up. The vernacular changes. Yeah. There's the way people talk on the internet, and then there's how people actually are supposed to speak. Sheesh. Well, this part of the field looks like JST's got a pretty firm grasp on. Now, the crazy thing is that it's a 3v1. So, like, let's just look around other parts of the field, see if they're doing the same thing. Ah, okay. Here, it's harder to say, but it looks like 1875 has got a much more firm grasp of the field, although, you know, of course, some marches getting sad-faced both ways. This, by the way, is another really important hop, okay? This area over here, this was a big power play going through here to the letters darkness, the Ness here. There's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 flags, maybe per side. These are really important flags going into this area over here. You may recall, by the way, a number of KvKs being fought from this position. 365 has been in this spot a number of times, actually. You may recall 846 was fighting 365. I think it was in this exact spot. So, you know, 365 knows this terrain extremely well. If I'm not mistaken, maybe it's over here. Maybe it was over here. Maybe it was in this spot right over here. But you may recall 1307 had a big fight with I think it was this area. Was it 1307, chat? Which kingdom against 1960? Were they here? Is this? I feel like this was the corridor, but it might have been. This might actually be where that was. Anyways, these are some really important corridors right over here. Very difficult terrain. Now, you know, thankfully for the 3v1 situation here, for the side of the 3, I mean, there's just not that many Kingsland passes that 365 has here. So there's only so much damage that can be done off the rip. Theoretically, this kingdom in the bottom right should get a lot of free reign into this zone here. And they should carve out some special lanes here for the final kingdom to sort of cruise on up and to double on both sides. So I would probably have 875 focus, you know, hard left, as you see, 2244 focus up top, as they probably are. And then you've got this bottom right kingdom that should go around both sides of the zig. Okay? And I would think that that's where they're going to connect with 365. It was that spot going south. Okay. Yeah, it was from here going south, I guess, that the 1307 was fighting. Let's get a look in here. Important brawls going down. You don't have a clue what's happening? Don't worry. I will narrate for you, and I will bring you to speed, okay? Over the course of every, let's call it 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be giving enough detail to bring everybody who's just getting in here up to speed, all right? While not being boring for all the folks that have been here since the beginning. I appreciate you. Throw a like on the stream. Consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your support. If your name is in green, that means you are a member of the channel. And if you don't know how you became a member of the channel, it's very likely that you got gifted a membership to the channel, which is pretty cool. Now, just get a look at the news. The latest news, chat says. Indeed. What do we got here? Woo! Everybody's streaming today. Let's go. That's cool. Dancho, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Chat says Fuzz leaving 556. Is he? Is he coming to 254? Let's go. Did you guys see that we played Champions of Olympia with Fa? Did you guys see that? I went on like a 12-game win spree in Champions of Olympia last stream. It was pretty legit. I got like 4 wins or 5 wins playing by myself. And then we queued up with Pho, War Daddy Chad, Mr. Sheepy, Darth Bailey, and oh my god, who was the last one? Now I'm gonna feel bad. Wait, who? Oh, me. 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 I'm the last one. Yeah, and we got a lot of wins. No, it was not. It was not. It was not Ruz. I did mention Sheepy. I just forgot to mention myself. Yeah, it's pretty funny, actually. So yeah, we went on a bit of a spree. It was pretty cool. It was very fun. And we had some close games, but all W's. Look, I'd rather forget myself than have forgotten somebody else. So that worked out okay. I melted you in Olympia. My apologies. Chat wants to see the JST side. All right, we can look at the JST side. Although, look, like, we're about to get first blood over here, you know? Like, this is about to be first blood. First rally is about to go down. Although, I'll tell you my prediction. My prediction is that whoever's kind of more in control of the field is just going to get some auto burns. Like, automatic burns on a few flags, you know? Because they won't have the captain in. It's probably a little laggy. They're just kind of sorting it out. And only after that, like 20 minutes after that, do we see them settle in to figure out who's going to defend what. That's my guess. Good flag building here. 2244 is giving themselves some good cushion here, okay? So the dangerous spot is when you only have like 1 or 2 flags of cushion. But they're getting a lot of cushion here, which is really important for them. So the only problem is, of course, that JST owns the field, but that will become harder and harder to do as these flags complete. And boom, good flag placement here. Good tempo on the part of 2244 dropping these flags down as fast as they can. Now, I think this flag is probably a bit of a misstep. I feel like you would rather have built a flag. Oh, I can't show you this here. You'd rather have built that flag like a tick up maybe, and then have a second flag a tick down from where the current one is, right? I don't know if that would get you more coverage. Maybe not. Maybe just the single flag is the way, and you back flag. Either way, single flag or double flag, they're getting their flags down, which is what matters. And, I mean, this is about to be... Hello, build your flag. Hello? JST, you need to build your flag. JST needs to build, like, 3 flags right now, honestly. JST needs to build a flag here. They need to build a flag up here. And they need to build another flag down here. Like, they need 3 flags dropped. I'm kind of shocked that hasn't happened. Like, there we go. That's 1. There's 2. See, I told you. I told you. There's 2. Those flags, that was weird placement. Like, this should be down 1, man. Yeah, that's a misclick, for sure. That's for sure a misclick. This is a good flag. But this flag could have been down a tick for free. This overlap's completely unnecessary. It's not even back flagging for them. It's just a miss. Alright, so this is about to get spicy. This is about to get spicy. We look at the other side. Yeah, see, this is about to get good. Yeah, I like this build. Although, hello. Oh! Oh, they're all... Chat, you see what I saw? What did I just react to, chat? What did I just react to? Why was I like, wow? What about that was surprising? BLN pass? I don't think anybody's getting locked yet. Like, nobody's getting locked here. Oh. However, there's the third kingdom. Ha 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 ha. There's the third kingdom.
Kneel, you free-to-play peasants.
Well, that's gonna be really tough to deal with. At this point, it's all about getting your flags down. Right? The 365 just needs to stabilize, and then they need to wear them down. That's got to be their game plan here. Now, the thing I was oogling about over here about this flag build is that this was a very, very swarmable flag. You have a building flag into a completed flag. But, dude, 875's got the field, baby. So you can't swarm a flag if you don't have the field. So 875 is getting away with it, man. They're getting away with it. Now, I really like this build over here. I really like this choice. By 365, they need to... Yeah, they're going to keep going here. This is really important. Love to see that. Really good play. That's what they need to be doing. They just need to scoop up as much land as they can. They need to get all this teleport space because soon we will reach a point where, like, yeah, okay, this other kingdom's at our pass, but it's not going to matter. Because look at all this land, man. Look at all this land that 365 is claiming here. This is what really matters, is all that land. And frankly, these guys are going to have a problem. They're moving up. Yeah, so 875 is moving up. But they're not going to be able to cut off this flag line potentially from going to the right. So it's going to be difficult to cut those guys off going to the zig. They might pull it off. They might actually pull it off. But these guys are trying to cut the lane to the zig here if they can. This is the direction they want to go. This is very interesting. James Brown, thank you for the 12 months. Hope you're having a great weekend. I enjoy this type of content with KvK, commentary and coverage. Cheers, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your support. I mean, look at this. Look at this. 2338. Just knocking on heaven's door there. Chilling by the pass. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, if you're in 365, what do you do here? I mean, I think there is an answer, okay? And the answer has to be you ball up by the pass, you fight your way through, And if you can't beat this, then you ball up again and you try to fight your way through because the walk is really long. But I do really like this play. You know, 365 is very constrained here. This is all about the territory grab for them, right? Because if they can teleport into Kingsland, some of these problems go away. But until they can teleport into Kingsland, these are actually really big problems. Wow. Wow. Okay. Flag build. 16 minutes, 59 seconds. Flag build. 10 minutes and 42 seconds. That tells me neither flag is full, okay? Because they must have craftsmen active. Neither flag is full. JST is looking really good here, though. True. JST is doing very well on this side. Well, what is this? Uh-oh. We got a sad face train over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Trouble in paradise. Here comes 2244. You see, the thing about these fights, and I've sort of learned this by watching Ark of Osiris, is that there's a momentum swing. So if you win the first fight, like JST did here, good for you. This is what you want. But when the enemy balls back up and comes back in, you're weak. And you're going to get freaking wrecked because now all your marches are weak. So there's momentum swings back and forth. So we should expect, I mean, you could set your watch to it. In like 6 minutes from now, there's going to be a JST push that's probably going to wipe this out. Because this group is going to get worn down, clearing out what's here. And then this is going to be a back and forth until the rest of this territory builds out and people are teleported forward, and then the dynamic changes a little bit. That's my prediction for what's about to happen. Kim wants a good night kiss. Oh boy. Hello. So, you know, if you're JST 365, I think your objective is to have a small number of war fronts that you fight on. The more war fronts you have, the worse in this situation, because the enemy should be more numerous. So, if you were in these other kingdoms, right, like, and you have the spare bodies, I mean, you'd really want to take this pass. You really would want to take the passes and light up these forts, right? If you had the bodies. And I get that everybody's in Kingsland, so they're maybe not ready to do those sorts of shenanigans yet, but, you know, I think ideally, if you're not 365, you're just lighting up all these passes, man. And just, and you light up the forts, and you just get that process going. That's what I would think you would do. Now, these flags have connected. Nothing burning yet, though, on either side, I think. Oh, no. Okay. It's exactly like I said. Early burns here on some of these flags that are not really being defended. Oh, we got a Xeno in that flag, though. We got a Xeno in that flag. Hello. No, I'm not really rooting for one side or another in this conflict, by the way. I'm a humble spectator of the festivities, okay? I will say the thing I like the most about that move 2338 is doing is that it reduces the chances of friendly fire, right? Like if 2338 tried to come through here, it'd just get messy. So just go into the pass made a lot of sense. That was a good move. I'm gonna grab my hoodie again. Now I'm getting cold. It's that time of year, man, you know? Sometimes you're too hot, sometimes you're too cold. Why do you want to burn these forts if you're getting clapped in Kingsland? So what I'm suggesting is that you want to spread them thin across so many places that they can't be there all at once. Because look how many bodies. I mean, you have 3 kingdoms worth of bodies here versus 1. Just spread them thin. That's my thinking. What's up, Goku? You're always hot. Wink, wink. Let's go. Gonna have to add a winky emoji in the chat. Best I've got is a banana helmet. Now this flag is still getting swarmed. Yeah, there it is. Kind of hard to see it in all that mess. Yeah, so chat is saying maybe that's what 2338 should do. I mean, I think that what they did is pretty legit, right? Like sitting in front of the pass and blocking them from exiting is actually pretty legit. Oh, God, those swarmers, though. Oh! Machino, thank you for the super chats. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Oof. Oh, God, somebody else is swarming. Oh, my God. Those reports are going to be dastardly. Oof. Oh, I feel for him. Jeez. Oh, all right. Someone's saying hello. The old A-OK. It's A-OK, everybody. Woo! We do see a few Joan Primes on the field. Where are y'all at with Joan Prime, by the way? Drop a 1 in the chat if you've invested in her and you're loving her. 2 in the chat if you haven't invested yet, but you plan to. And 3 in the chat if you're like, nah, she's not all that good, man. Interesting. A lot of 2s, okay. A lot of 2s. I used her in Kingsland at like 5-2-3-1 or something really dumb, and it was really good. Thanks for explaining the Kingsland moves. Hey, cheers, Saiyan. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Swarming like it's an arc match. Yeah, dude, it's very entertaining. It's very entertaining. All right, more seltzer so you can see what I'm pouring here. It's off screen. It's mysterious. Better to invest in Nevsky? Yeah, I mean, the community sentiment was that like 75% say Nevsky is better than Joan Prime. I don't know if that's true or not, but the sentiment still stands. You ever at 5-4-2-3? That's solid. Let's look up top over here. See how much this is sort of shaking out. Oh. Dude, did we miss a flag swarm? I think the JST flag built and they swarmed out the flag here. Do you see that? Oh, you got Joan 5515. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I think JST swarmed the flag. Do you agree, chat? Remember, there was a flag building here for 2244, and now it's not. I think JST built their flag first and swarmed it out. People are comparing Nevsky 1v1, but in a murder ball, Joan is doing good AoE damage, I'm sure. They swarmed it twice. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's a power play, but JST has got to be feeling the pressure from down south, and they got to perform up here. I mean, they got to get a win somewhere on the map, and it looks like, based on the commitment level over here from JST, they want that win to be in the northern quadrant here. Am I doing an updated civilization video? No, you know, I did one of those recently-ish with the release of the Egyptian civilization. So I think I'll stick with that one for a while. But I'm happy to answer questions about civilizations more broadly. If you want to look for my recommendations on civilizations, you can do a YouTube search for Chisgule Civilization. Generally speaking, I'll say Germany is top tier for the off season. You get AP recovery and, more importantly, the troop training speed. And then when you're battling in KvK, either Ottoman for the march speed and skill damage, or France for the healing cost reduction is generally top tier choices. Ottoman is still better than Egyptian for archers, unless you're rallying. If you're rallying, like, don't be a goofball. Get your 5% all damage. Like, honestly, if you're going to run, like, 1 or 2 rallies, it's fine. But if you are a rally lead, bro, don't be fooling around. Like, you go with that 5% all damage. You go with that 5% all damage. That's big. All right, we're going to get a look around here. See where the next action is. Now that that flag built, though, are they going to burn this? Oh, hello. Rally coming in. Hold on. 2244 rally on this building flag was a little bit late. Flavius Captain. Oh, dear God. Yeah, I mean, that 2244 rally is just going to get completely clapped. Even if they didn't swarm it out. Like, Flavius is the answer to an XY Nevsky. Oof. Oof, that's a little brutal. Hello. Probably don't mean to be swarming that flag. Ottoman is fine if you're a cav player. Depends on how many cav marches we're talking, right? This flag's about to get hit pretty good. This is a really dangerous corridor. I mean, if 2244 doesn't really hold this land, every row of flags you lose here, it just gets exponentially more difficult to try to hold this over the mountain hop. Now, they have some options because they've also come through the pass. So it's not like they're, like, you know, trying to share that with a different coalition. That would be way harder. But still, this is a very precarious area. Ottoman is best. Dude, that Artemisia garrison is better than I've given it credit for. Wait for new archers. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we could get new archers soon, honestly. It all depends. If they do leadership commanders, then, like, fine, they do leadership commanders. What do we do for next, though? I guess infantry is what's next, right? Infantry are what we would expect next. Unless they do leadership or they do ranged. Who knows? We are supposed to get ranged commanders before the end of the year, though. So, like, that should be soon. All right, we'll come back to this. Let's look over here. Several new fronts have opened up in the south, by the way. The LN has 1 flag burning. 2 flags burning. It's not ideal for them. And there's a 3rd front right over here. Over the mountain. This is very defensible. That's a good flag defensively. Yeah, and this one also you could hold, but they have burned it. So, you know, it's still a toss-up for who's going to win that tussle between 365 and 875. Should you save gold heads for future range commanders? I think so. Unless you're fighting, like, right now. Unless you're fighting right now and have an urgent need. Like, I'm generally on the save plan. Alright, let's get a look over here. This flag, to me, feels like it's a pretty safe burn. The reason I say that is these resource nodes are really tragic. There's just no good way to reinforce that flag. And look, like, they know it. JST knows it. They're blocking down those resource nodes. Sharma, thank you for the 3 months. Chisgule, when is 254 open for migration? Ooh, Ruz would love that you asked that question. Our KvK ends in 4 days, and 3 days after that, we open for migration. It's going to be a freaking massive migration. I may even have to delete troops on my farm. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but I trained troops because we thought the KvK was going to be really difficult. And then it ended up being easier than we expected. I'm not saying it's easy, but the fact that I think I have to delete troops on my farm Even after, you know, killing off, I don't know, at least 3 million. It's pretty telling. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how 254 looks after this migration. Here comes the rally. I mean, this flag is just going to get decimated. What do you think about Boudica Henry for the field? I think it's very good. You know, it doesn't have as much AoE damage as I would really like, but it's so tanky. And if you are going to swarm a flag, like, that is a good flag swarming march, let me tell you. Best civilization for a cav player? Honestly, for open field, like, if you're all cav marches, then you might just stick with Germany for your field fighting. Otherwise, I think Ottoman is like the slam dunk. It's what everybody's using. Yeah, I killed a lot of troops on my farm. I mean, my farm is currently, I think, garrisoning like 4 flags. I'm not the captain, but maybe it's 3 flags, actually. You know, I just dumped troops in there. Dravisian, hey, welcome to the Honor Guard. Yo, let's get those hype emojis for Dravisian. As a reminder, when you become a member of the channel, you get badges, emojis. Also, at the elite level or higher, you get access to chat rooms in my Discord server. It's a great place to ask questions about commanders. Look at this swarm, by the way. Oh my god. Swarm and rally. Let's go. Love to see this. 2244 scrambling to get those troops in there. New captain swapping into the garrison. Look at that. I mean, they're going for it. They're going for it. Too little, too late. Wow. Jason, will you be making a video during or after migration? For sure, after migration, I will. Imagine you max Xeno and became a rally lead on your farm. Yeah, so the game plan with the farm was at some point to become a garrison captain for a troop type and then just AFK garrison with it. But, you know, obviously Crystal Tech really changed that game plan a lot. That used to be super viable. That used to be super, super viable that you take an alt account, make it a garrison. You go for the captains only, pick one troop type, move all in, and just boom, boom. You could do that, and it was legit. But no longer the case, you know? Looks like 2244 did get a burn on this flag. But, ooh, Flavius captain. Notice the distinct lack of a single cavalry garrison. I think Jan is good, but not insane. Wait, that flag is burning. That Flavius flag is burning? What? Why? I want to see something else get hit then. Oh, looks like this guy's going to go for it. I think this guy's going to go for it. Okay. Bullied off the gatherer. Is he going to go for the flag? Yeah. Okay. JST knows it's rallyable. They are scouting it. JST scout connects. We're looking to see if a rally is ultimately set here or a swarmer moves in. This must be properly garrisoned, though, if this field hasn't gone over there. No way. Jeff says, I never knew you can keep the hammers until your stream yesterday. Oh my god. Well, knowing is half the battle. The other half is those red and blue lasers, man. GG. GG. Will I ever become a rally or garrison in 2293? I don't think so. I think I could be a counter rally lead, but I also don't really want to do that, so it's probably not a thing I'm going to do. The only way that I would become a rally or garrison in 2293... Never a garrison. A rally would be if there was a really good infantry rally. If there was a really good infantry rally, hypothetically, I could be like a tertiary, like a backup to the backup to the backup sort of a thing. Where it's like, okay, we're rallying 5 flags at a time. Chisgule, light one up, you know? Otherwise, I should really not be doing that. You know, I buy the pop-ups for crystals on the way into the KvK, but that's it. Chat is not impressed right now with 2244. They're getting a little overrun here. Well, you know, let's just peek on the other side of the battlefield. Also, it's unfolding exactly like I said it would. Remember when I said that this kingdom needed to cut up around both sides of the zig? That is exactly, well, maybe it's not exactly how it worked out. Hold on. Hold on. 875 is running 2 coalitions, I think. Let's confirm this is 875. It's not. Aha, it is working the way I said it would. All right, we're back in business. We're back in business. It's exactly like I said it would be. So 2338 is snaking around both sides of the zig here. That's exactly what I said would happen. Maybe not the way I thought it would happen. I thought they'd come this way and then go both ways around the zig. But they're going for both angles here. I actually feel like this is maybe a little bit of a mistake. I actually think this route is pretty bad. So the reason this route is bad is that 875 has like no land in Kingsland. So this is something you really love to see. I think maybe if you are in the JST shoes. The only question is whose land is this? This is 875. Oh, weird. Okay, so I'm okay with this move now. 875 does have more land here. 875 does have more land. Okay, yeah, this is really spicy. This is really spicy. I mean, 365 is going to feel the squeeze now. They're really going to feel the squeeze. We're just getting a look here to see how this burning is going. Yeah, 875 has got to be feeling pretty good about this field control. Does look like a burn is possible over here now. We're going to zoom it in. Here comes the rally. Wait. There was a rally on screen. What happened to it? Hello? Weird. Did you see that or am I crazy? Who's winning right now? I would say that the 3 are doing very well. But 2244 is in a lot of trouble. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Best 3 open field cav marches. Ooh. Let's go with XY Joan. Nevsky with William. Love to see that. And we got to get some other commanders in here, though. What other commanders would I include? We would definitely include Chandragupta, right? Oh, this flag is in big trouble. Yeah, I guess you need to swap in the Honda Tadakatsu after all. So you probably go XY Honda. Ooh. Okay, here's what you do. You go XY Honda, Nevsky William, and you go Chandra Joan. Dude, Chandra Joan? Let's think about this for a second. Chandragupta uses the active skill. In the next second, you get the 40% damage boost. How many seconds is that 40% damage boost from Chandragupta? Is it 4 or is it 3? How many seconds is that boost? Either way, the Chandra pairing's nice. You could also do Chandra William as a pair, for sure. You could tap in Saladin if you wanted. Yeah, Saladin would work. I think it's only 3 seconds on Chandra, unfortunately. So it doesn't work the way that I would have hoped, actually. You could also use Minamoto. You have so many good options, but I think the best options include XY, Honda, Nevsky, William, Joan. Like, those are really good commanders. XY, Chandra, Joan, Nevsky, William. And, like, you have flexibility with, like, Saladin and Mehmed. Alex Honda is trash? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't think Alex Honda's all that great. The reason Honda really works is that it enhances the skill damage of whatever commander you pair with. And Alex just doesn't do that much skill damage because, yeah, it's a big skill damage number, but it's not tied to an active skill cycle. That's the problem. So at this point, with how Kingsland is unfolding, I mean, 2244 really needs to bunker down and hold on to this land and let their allies get some work done, you know? Saladin William is, yeah, super legit. I used Saladin William for... I mean, I used it this last KvK up until Joan arrived. Saladin William's amazing. So you could go the Saladin William route, right? There's so many ways to run calves because they're so good. You could do Saladin William, right? You could go XY with Honda, and then, like, Nevsky Joan. Sure. Chandra Williams, really good. Hey, there's so many ways to run it. I think that Saladin, though, is one of the weaker commanders in the lot. They single target damage. They're very defensive in nature. Like, I think that qualifies as one of the weaker ones. Let's get a look over here. Get any burning? Oh, flag building. Hello. That 44 seconds, that's going to finish. Yeah, Saladin is kind of outdated now until he gets a museum buff. I mean, I guess you could use a Total Takeda for an Altar of Darkness, but I still feel like big AoE damage is where you want to be. I remember back in the day, you'd mess around with, like, Saladin Takeda and goof off at the Altar of Darkness or Ruins. The safest way to use Joan is paired with Nevsky. I mean, Nevsky is just god tier. Chandra William, also super legit. I mean, if you're old school, then you know Chandra William is one of those combos that worked back in the day, and it's still fine. I don't think I put Trajan in a cav dedicated march. Like I wouldn't put XY with Trajan personally. Yeah, I wouldn't put Esong with cavalry these days either. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying that you just lose out on too much. 365 will just kick the kingdoms out one by one and hold their ground wherever they aren't pushing. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that the opening seems good for the 3, but also 365 is kind of doing what they need to do. I mean, if they're going even off the rip here while they get settled, I think that's not the worst. I think that's not the worst. Let's shoot off a quick message to the live stream fairy. If possible, would love a snack. I didn't really eat lunch, chat. I didn't get a chance. Instead of eating lunch this morning, I knew my stream timing, and I was like, you know what I really want to do? I really would like to go to the farmer's market with my wife and kids. So we went to the farmer's market, you know, got a bunch of stuff. It was a good time. Kid had a lot of fun running around. It's a little hectic, but she loves that. How about Salad and Esong? Yeah, I'm just not a fan of Esong with non-archers if you can avoid it. I mean, if you have to, you have to. But you miss out on that 100% attack boost for 3 seconds. which is a pretty big deal. And then also the relic gives 10% archer defense, which is pretty nice. Nevsky Saladin is a great combo. It's really tanky. I mean, the Nevsky's already so tanky. It really doesn't need the Saladin. I personally used Nevsky Mehmed until I got Joan, and now that I have Joan, on my restart, I'm using Nevsky Joan, and that's a great combo. Technically, it's Joan Nevsky is how I should say it. I use the Joan primary. Yeah, there's enough options these days where Esong really should not be with Cavs. I agree. Attila Nevsky for field? No, I personally don't think it's very good. It's not my play style. Darklops. Hey, welcome back to the Honor Guard. Let's get those hype emojis for Darklops. Rejoining the Honor Guard. Great to have you here. You know, I want my field marches to do the following things, okay? I want to have march speed. And I want to have area of effect skill damage. And I want to reduce the skill damage that I take. Now, weirdly, and I want debuffs ideally, but, you know, there's only so many things you can get here. So, the problem is that Attila is reducing the skill damage you take at the cost of reducing the skill damage that you deal. I mean, it's not terrible as a field march, but it's just not my... It doesn't fit my philosophy for what I want to aim for. Will, thank you for the super chat. Best commanders to invest for KvK 1 and 2 return player. I mean, it's like Esong and Alexander the Great. Right? That's the jam. Even paired together, they're the jam in that flavor of KvK. Now, I will say there are situations where all that counterattack is pretty good on a commander like Attila. Like, if you're laggy and you can't control your marches and you're just running around like a goofball, it happens, right? Like, in that situation where you're going to kind of send deep and sometimes lose your marches, the counterattack and commanders like Pakal just become a lot more valuable. But, you know, in a world in which there is no lag, there would never really be a need, in my opinion, to run those commanders. Sheesh! Justin with the super effective super sticker. Let's go. Love the Pokemon reference there. Thank you for the very generous super. I appreciate you. Let's go, man. Hope that you're having a great weekend. The best secondary to protect Trajan. You know, the thing is that Trajan doesn't really need protection. Okay? Trajan doesn't really need protection, in my opinion. What Trajan has always missed is some damn punch. The problem with Trajan is that he's just tanky and buffy, and that's it. That's all he's doing. So I paired Trajan with Skippy, and I feel like I got my best results ever with Trajan. And you may be like, okay, very impressive, Chisgule. You paired the best infantry commander in the game with somebody else, and you're like, look, it works. But that's what I did, and it works. So the reason I like it is that Trajan boosts your skill damage. Then Skippy does 2,000 damage factor, 3 targets. Okay, that's a big win. And I also like it because Trajan gives you more troops. And Skippy has abilities that benefit by having more troops. He has 3 damage factor based abilities, okay? He's got his AoE, he's got his damage over time, and he's got his shield. All of which depend on how many troops you have in your march. So Trajan gives you more troops. That's a win. But Skippy also doesn't care about your different troop types. So you can bring the Trajan mixed. I mean, Trajan Skippy is pretty good. It's pretty good. And the march speed on the Skippy makes it so that infantry are no longer your bottleneck. Infantry are no longer your slowest unit in the Trajan Skippy combo. Approximately. I don't know if that's exactly right, but that's sort of how that works, right? Your march only moves as fast as the slowest unit. So speeding up your infantry, which are your slowest unit, increases the speed of your march overall. Okay? Ooh, let's see what the live stream fairy said. Will do. Poggers, let's go. AB, thank you for the super chat. Hit the likes, guys. Unbiased stream is best. Yeah, I'm not really rooting for one side or another here in this KvK. You know, like cool people on both sides. All right. I've allied with kingdoms that are in here. I've fought against kingdoms that are in here. They're all over the place. Like, we're just watching how it all goes down, okay? Now, this flag is 875. Yeah, I mean, that's connected. They could rally that. Field is a little dicey for a rally to come through, though. Check the Megalith Citadel down south. Hello? Storm Citadel? There's the Megalith Citadel. A lot of field presence here from 2338. Yeah, you gotta be feeling the pressure if you're in 365 for the volume of field presence going on here. Nipple Bear, thank you for the super chat and for giving me that excuse to combine those two words in a public way in multiple live streams. As an infantry garrison captain, should I now be saving for the new infantry rally? I mean, I would say yes. You're either saving for a new infantry rally or ranged units. Either one is going to be really strong. Either one should be pretty strong. How's the 7 March farming, baby? I'm power farming. You can call me a power farmer. Yes, the 7 March power farm is super real. If only each gathering unit gathered 10 times as much as they did, maybe I'd have enough resources for the time we're entering KvK again. I actually did plunder a lot of gold, come to think of it. Like, I actually plundered a lot of gold. Dang, easy company. That's very generous of you. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for streaming this, Chischi. Hey, you're... Oh, Chi-Chi. All right. You're very welcome. I appreciate the super chat. It's very generous. It's entertaining to watch, honestly. Off topic, know the ETA release date on Call of Dragons. You know, my expectation is that Call of Dragons is before the end of the year. That's what I understand of that. My intention is to whale really hard at the start of Call of Dragons. You know, like when I started playing Rise of Kingdoms, I was like pretty much free to play, just about. And, you know, nothing wrong with that. But when Call of Dragons lands, like, my intention is to be the Alpha Predator. And I mean, you know, well, that will depend a lot on how much people watch the content. If people are watching it, I'm going to keep doing it. If people are not watching it, I'm going to pump the brakes real fast. But I'm going to open, like, when that server opens and we got the go live, I'm going to go big. And then, not like crazy big, right? Not like day one T5's big. But, like, I do plan to go pretty big on that. And from there, it's just going to depend on viewership, right? I'll probably stream it, right? And depending on how that stream goes and the videos are going, we'll see what happens. What's Call of Dragons? It's currently not in global launch. It's kind of in beta, sort of. The way that beta testing works in mobile games, it's really weird. You can do like closed beta testing where you give specific people access to games and they play them and it's not available to everybody. The other route that companies seem to do is a staggered launch of the game. And so in this instance, Call of Dragons launched to one server worth of players in the Philippines. and then like a second server worth of players later. I'm in that first server, okay, and I'm enjoying it. And it's a little complex to even get it because it's like not available in all regions, right? That's a thing I won't get into the details of here. What I'll simply say is they're going to do, I think, some sort of region-based launch and eventually have a global launch. And theoretically, they had planned the launch, as I understood, before the end of the year. Now, this is a game made by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, and the graphics are really good. It has ranged combat. In fact, the combat mechanics are more complex, and they're different. Now, that doesn't make Call of Dragons better necessarily than Rise of Kingdoms. I think the experiences from a kingdom, let me say this differently, from a city building standpoint will be similar, but from a fighting standpoint will be different, okay? So I think they're going to be different open field experiences. For example, just give you an example. And I actually, in many ways, I think prefer how this is done in Rise of Kingdoms, but in Call of Dragons, like when you build a flag, like you don't enter the flag to build it. There's no garrisoning flags in Call of Dragons. You instead are physically positioned around the flag and you like build it. Like you actually are like building it. Okay? Like you see your units outside with like the hammers when they're building it. It's very different. And so to just destroy an enemy flag, you stand out there with your hammers and you like dismantle it. It's simply different. I actually really like the whole garrison captain, like those mechanics, I think are actually pretty good. So, we'll see what Call of Dragons ultimately becomes. We'll see. I did stream it on the channel, and that was a very popular stream. That was a very, very popular stream. So we'll see. Have I seen good results from Jan Ziska? I haven't. Hey, Shao, good to see you. Good to see you. I've really not seen Jan used at all, which is shocking. But in some ways, it's not shocking, right? Let me explain that. Let me explain why that's not shocking. So, your archers, you don't really garrison with them, you just rally with them. So archers are locked up for rallying pretty much exclusively. But then what you don't rally with archers, you rally with calves. All right, so calves are used for rallying, and also the Jad garrison's good. So you got to rally, you got to garrison. And infantry are used basically exclusively to garrison. So your first line of defense for garrisoning is generally going to be the infantry, because you can't really rally effectively with them. The Bakal Herald is just not going to do it. And especially with Jan. Okay, so if you run a Bakal Herald into a Jan, you are going to get freaking decimated. It's weird. Cavalry hard counters the infantry, but it's true, man. Jan absolutely decimates the infantry rally, and that is because he clears buffs off of the enemy. And the whole point of Bakal Herald is you're like stacking an attack buff, and Jan is just like, nope, nope, nope. So yeah, infantry, this is your first resort to garrison infantry, as you see here. Flavius Skippy, not the combo I would pick. It's a little too swarmable for my taste. Little too swarmable for my taste. Love watching these KvK streams even after quitting the game. Yeah, so that's kind of my gamble with Call of Dragons, is that I think you're going to find the content that I make about it entertaining, even if you aren't playing it. So if that's true, then streaming it will actually make a lot of sense for me. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, it's going to be like similar enough that you're like, yeah, I know what's going on here. I know how open field goes. These are snap piece, by the way. You can't see it. It's just green screened out. The magic of green screens. There it is. They're sitting a swarm on that Flavius garrison. That's the thing you don't want to see if you're the Flavius. Ooh, they backed off. Maybe that is what you want to see. Indecision's really good if you're the garrison. Oh, God. Yeah. Dude, they backed off the swarm, but somebody was left on there. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Well, that's going to hurt the swarmers. Is Nevsky and Jan a good pair in the garrison? It is. It is a good pair. It's not good anti-swarm, but it is a good pair. Yeah, so obviously, when JST commits their position up here against 2244, like, that's their big gamble. They're really playing for this territory. Like, when you put your... You know, this is not a knock against the other alliances in 365, but the same is true in 254 in a lot of ways. Like, wherever TR is going, like, that would be where the main attack point ought to be. Okay? And I think the same is true here for JSC in 365, right? That is probably your main line of attack. Could be wrong on that. Oh, God, that Swarmer is getting... What are they doing? Oh, my God. Well, let's just swarm without a rally. F it. We don't have time. I told you, Flavius, Skippy is too swarmable. Swarmed without a rally. See you later. Granted, might have only been one person in there. Did you see more than one sad face? I didn't. Numbers win 9 out of 10 times. Yeah, numbers are huge. Charles Martel is also viable in the open field for like a shockingly long period of time. I personally think he could do better than Charles Martel. So I'm not going to call him meta, but he is viable. Now, what are the viable pairings with a Charles Martel? The best pairing you could do with Charles is to have the Skippy Prime as the secondary. That is really good. That is what makes Charles Martel viable once again, in my opinion. The other way to run it is Charles with Harold. Those are your two endgame viable marches with a Charles primary. Now, 254 is not going to leave Imperium until, I mean, I want to say like when KvK has ended, honestly. I really like this positioning here. This is really dangerous. This is a really dangerous corner. So, first of all, it's right above the zig. So, there's nothing to back up to. And second of all, you get double, baby. Like, these guys are setting up to double, for sure. Do they even need to double? Where even is this flag? Like, you can't even see it. I don't think they're even setting up to double. I just think they're moving field in. Dude, this is rough. You can't make a lot of progress if you can't get the field, and 3 kingdoms worth of field is pretty brutal. I mean, you gotta respect that 365 wanted to take a 3v1, right? Like, I think that's very respectable. We got lots of healthy snacks here, chat. I got carrots. Very healthy. Such wow. Knocked out says, I'd love to be 1365. Win or lose, they're going to get a ton of kills. True. It's in some ways hard to get kills because you're so outnumbered. But at the same time, it's like much harder to get kills, I think, fighting against a stacked kingdom than you are fighting when you're outnumbered, if that makes sense. I could be wrong there. But like stacked kingdoms are really difficult. Like against 1960, it's like a lot harder to get kills against them than it is probably in this situation, even if you're outnumbered. Dude, where's this field even going? Oh my god. Chat, should we just follow this around? Where are they going here? Healthy snacks, says Easy Company. It's 3:30 a.m. in Korea. I don't know what other kingdoms' time zones are. Yeah, I don't know either. I got carrots, I got Triscuits, and I got some nuts. So if we look at the land here, if you're 365, you actually feel pretty good about this pass opening so far. I mean, they have land up past the midpoint of the Kingsland area, right? So they got land past the midpoint from the top, and they got almost to the midpoint going south. Like they broke out with a couple extra percentage points on the land that they got, right? Would you agree with me here, chat? Like they broke out with a little more than 25% of the land. That seems like a win. I feel like if you're in the shoes of 365, you kind of have to do what 1960 did. I could be wrong. But as I understand what 1960 did is they consolidated their forces. And they would go place to place to place to place to place. Right? So I think what 365 maybe needs to consider is like you ball up over here. You light up these flags. You move around here. You light up this flag. You move around over here. You light up this flag. You move over here. You light up this one. You light up these flags. And then you walk all the way back to the start. You do it all over again. Right? And you got to have all the rallies set. And then all the rallies pinned. And you just freaking let go of the pin like you're throwing a grenade every time you have your field presence on its way over. That's what I think you got to do. I could be wrong. But we did some of that in 254, and it was just pretty nutty. And we weren't even under pressure to do that. It was just effective. Right? You saw that in my Kingsland stream, where, like, we had 4 or 5 rallies pinned, and it's just launch one, March the field to the next. March 1. March to the next. Launch the route. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. Pardon me. Let's get a look here. Vieden says, yeah, we did it in Kingsland. You burn one, then another, then another. That's what I think you got to do. Because if you're 365, you got to feel like your open field will beat their open field, but you're outnumbered. So you just let them be split up across all those different locations and you move all together. I don't know where Sendu is, but he was very fun to play with. He was a fun dude to play with. He was in C9N. He joined us in 254 for a time, and then departed from the game, unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances. We'll throw it like that. Someone says 254 is smarter than people think. They aren't just numbers. I mean, we have our fair share of like goofball mobile gamers, you know, like no disrespect intended. But we also have like some people that are really, really sharp. And those people have I think a heavy hand in shaping the strategy, which is important. Eat the carrots for Bunny. Oh my god. The joke that I don't know why I hadn't made it. Would 1254 beat 365? I don't know. I think it'd be a really good fight. I think that would be a really good fight. I mean, there's two really big kingdoms, you know? There are only so many kingdoms like 365, 254 in the game, honestly. Right? That have a blend of like just raw power level with numbers, right? It's those two things combined. It's almost like, you know, in boxing, they have like weight classes, you know? Like kingdoms like 365, 254 are like your heavyweight title holders. Whereas kingdoms like 1960 and, you know, 1034 with 1V, those are like your featherweight division. Because they only have one alliance or two alliances. They're really insanely strong alliances. No one's contesting their strength. But they don't have the numbers. Does that make sense? Yeah, I would say 556 would qualify in the heavyweight division. Yeah. 93 is, as I understand it, they're not like a featherweight. And they're not heavyweight. I don't know what are, I don't actually know. I don't actually know weight classes here. What's like the mid, probably like the mid class, right? What is that weight class? All right, wrestling weight classes. Oh, there's a lot of them. What the heck? There's 14 of them? No. That's actual numbers. I want the names. Dude, I mean, so I did a Google search, okay? We have bantamweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, welterweight, lightweight, heavyweight, featherweight, flyweight, light middle. I don't know, man. Too many goddamn weight classes. All right, we'll look up UFC. UFC has light, middle, fly, light heavy, feather, welter, bantam, atom, and super light. Huh. Oh, interesting. Atom weight is something not defined in the rules. The unified rules, anyways. But it's used by many promotions exclusively for women's fights. Huh. Bantamweight? 135. Oh, man. Huh. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of... there's a lot of ways to differentiate here. A lot of field up here for JST. Are they going to burn a flag, or what are they doing here? Oh, I mean, they're engaged in a fight. I just wonder why. Oh, yeah, they're going to burn a flag. All right, that's why. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think the metaphor of the weight classes for Rise of Kingdoms is true. But the problem is that the only measurement we use is mostly just power, I think, in the matchmaking process, which leads to some weird matchups, right? There's more dimensions to it than just power, right? Numbers are certainly relevant. Hey, there's Berserker from 365. Glad to hear that you're having a good time, man. Here's the rally. JST's created some pretty good space around this flag here, so they can do what they need to do. Let's see if they swarm with this rally, or they just let it sit for a little bit first. My god, that AoE has some range. What the heck? By the way, you do want to kind of get a look at the marches that JST is choosing to use here. They do use a lot of Trajan on the field, which I appreciate. Trajan fans gotta unite, you know?
I can't be alone here. I can't be the only one who feels like I'm going nowhere.
Okay, burn happened. Now they gotta go somewhere else with all that field presence and get something done, you know? Are they going to this flag? Yep. Called it. I saw the lines. I was like, yeah, they're kind of doing what I was describing. Like, you ball up at one, burn it. Move to the next one, burn it. You just gotta boom, boom, boom. Keep going. At this point, I would say the best pair with Trajan is actually Skippy Prime, man. But a lot of people will just run Ethelfled. Ethelfled has 800 damage factor, not reduced by the number of targets you hit, and hits up to 5. I mean, that's pretty damn good. Here comes the rally. Here it is. Another Flavius primary. Very interesting choice. I would think, especially in these field conditions, you'd really want to have the Xeno pair. Yeah, the migration to 254 should be really good. I know in W alone, it's looking like it's going to be really thick. I mean, I think we're going to be like a 700+ billion kill point alliance after migration. I think we end up with like 4 alliances with over 500 billion kill points each. I mean, it's going to be really crazy when our migration's done. And keep in mind that we still have 2 Academy alliances also in the kingdom, right? Like, that's a lot of players with a lot of punch. Yeah, I think HMB is going to have either close to or over 500 billion kill points. I mean, it's looking really good. Yeah, TR might be close to TR might be looking close to a trillion kill points. They're going to be up there. Yeah, I mean, here, hold on. I'll show you. It's a little hard to say because we're in KvK right now. So we have higher than we would because you have like lots of people that are in the alliance above and beyond the 155 that you'd have in Home Kingdom. But this is also before the migration when all the, you know, high kill point players enter into the kingdom, you know? So yeah, I don't think TR is going to get to 1 trillion. That's probably not going to happen. Not yet. Bunny is planning to zero me and Redline. I mean, that's plausible.
Did we take it too far to say that we cannot pretend now? Wasn't never enough.
TR will be around 800. I mean, I think we're supposed to be around 700 when it's all said and done.
To hide me from my own thoughts. And if I ever got lost, you find a way to bring me home.
I would say 365 has had a good start to what is going to be a real marathon exercise for them, right? Like, for them to win, they've got to keep this up for days, probably. It's going to be a lot of fighting for 365 here. I will say 365 has stabilized on this front. One V and 60 GC have 1 trillion each. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? That's the crazy part about these, you know, 1 to 2 alliance kingdoms. You really can stack the hell out of 1 to 2 alliances. Uh-oh. We got a gecko raid? Is there a gecko raid in the house? Let's go. Gecko, hope you're in here, buddy. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Welcome back to the streaming scene, man. Good to have you back. For those that don't know, Gecko Game is a content creator. Been a content creator for a long time. And did give me some encouragement to keep streaming when I was like, should I keep doing this? I don't know. This was many years ago. So I hope that you're doing well. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. If you haven't been to my channel before, I make daily Rise of Kingdoms videos dedicated to making you a better player of the game. I got a pretty stacked endgame account, approaching $100,000 spent on the game. Yeah, we'll just say no regrets, but I'm having fun. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join my Discord server, discord.gg/Chisgule. Kingsland's been open for about an hour and 45 minutes. Long enough for craftsmen to have worn off, not really long enough for any flags of consequence to have burned. And by burned, I mean been destroyed. I should clarify. A lot of flags have burned. There's been a little back and forth, but nothing has been destroyed yet, as far as I can tell. Maybe a few flags did get swarmed out as they were building. $254 could technically make a 1 trillion kill point alliance. We probably could. Cortex is not American. He is in Europe. I think 365 had a fine opener. Like, I think it went as fine as you could expect, right? I think it went about as fine as you could expect. It was dicey at times, but they found some stability, and it, you know, look, the opener is all about the land grab. And they had a good land grab. I would argue up over here, they got more than maybe they should have by a flag or two. It's not much, but it's still, it's something, man. Ooh, hello. What is 2244 doing here? I mean, they burned a flag. Europe, there were some pass opening fails. Although they weren't pass opening tragedies, so to speak. I think they corrected just in time, by the way. One pass was getting swarmed by a Trajan Richard and like an Ethel something, and then like a Belisarius. So there was a moment where the pass was healing more than it was falling. It was pretty funny. I thought for sure they were going to lose it, but I think they had like, was it like a backup rally that also came in? And I mean, it was pretty dicey. Big swarm on the flag. You know, this is why I really don't like this garrison. If you're going to use the Flavia Skippy, you really got to be able to stop the swarm from doing this sort of a thing, which they can't do. So now they switch it up to the Xeno, which I think is a much, much safer choice, but it may be too little too late here. It's hard to deal with this kind of firepower hitting you all at once. Garrison's cracking. A few sad faces popped out of there. They're definitely in the danger zone. 2K counterattack is really not sufficient. Garrison's cracking again. They switch the captain. That's the other downside of the Flavia Skippy garrison. You do need faster replacements. That garrison's in huge trouble. Under 1K counterattack damage is dastardly. That's really bad. That thing is going down. There it is. Garrison pops. It's GG. What about over here? Burning. Here's a flag. This looks like it's going to get some attention in just a second. Chisgule, what is the most food you've ever had at once in this game? I mean, I've had dinner before on stream. During KvK streams, I've done that. Yeah, when KvK ends, I think I will get enough rewards to make one more refinement on a weapon. So I will go from 75 out of 100 to 100 out of 100 here. I'll get the expertise, a special talent rather, on the Sacred Dominion, which will be pretty cool. I think you get a couple iconics as my KvK rewards as well, so I'll drop that on there. This is now a social eating stream. What's the name of an eating stream again? I can't remember. There's a name for it. It's like a rock something or other. What's it called? There's a name. No, it's mukbang. Ooh, here comes the rally. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, these guys in 2244 are huge fans of this Flavius Garrison. Easy company. I see what you did there. It was a good try. I mean, I see what you did there. YouTube even hit it automatically, but I was like, no. YouTube, you can show this one. I'm okay. Thank you for the caution, though, YouTube. Hilarious. Man. Yeah, mukbang is probably eating more, yeah, as you put it, stupid amounts of food. I don't know for sure, but that sounds right. We're gonna watch this rally for now, chat. We got a Boudica Henry sitting on the Flavius Skippy Garrison. Oh yeah, don't Google that, by the way. Don't Google that term. You don't want that in your search engine history. Yeah, mukbang makes me think about eating like a ton of ramen, which I would be all for. Like, I'm 100% for that. Alright, Garrison falls. Lots of food, but also lots of talking. Yeah, two things difficult to do at the same time there. Now, this flag, presumably, is where they turn their attention. There are 4 war camps, 1 kingdom each, and this is a 3v1. That's right. It's the upper left versus everybody else. Pizza mukbang stream incoming. Honestly, my little girl would love a pizza mukbang stream. She'd have a good time with that. Chat wants me to check the 875 side. Certainly that's a thing we could do. For now, I kind of want to see if a rally rolls in. Like, I see this is repairing. They might have pinned a rally on this one. I don't see it, though. I am kind of surprised. I know Fleisch was streaming this KvK. It looks like he isn't currently. I see hot take on Rise of Kingdoms drama from Gecko. He stopped streaming, though. Thank you for the raid again, Gecko. And Drago has his Kingsland, but it looks like he stopped streaming there as well. Dang, I think we're the only rock stream live now. Alright, well, grab your popcorn. My kid's still napping, baby. I got time. I got time. Just why are you avoiding 1338? I'm not really avoiding them. Not intentionally, anyways. I'm just kind of looking at the 2 corners that we saw off the open, or off the rip. Should go like this. Wait. This way? This way. Oh, man. Green screen. Everything's backwards. Hey, by the way, for those that didn't know, I will be streaming tomorrow morning. We're going to be casting some Osiris League. You're not going to want to miss it. It was like this in the 254 KvK as well. Either everyone's streaming or no one's streaming. Interesting. No, I feel like we just got to the juicy bit, right? This is where it gets kind of exciting. We got rallies going on. Territory could fall, but apparently everybody's singing Kumbaya over here. It's kind of weird. What's going on here? A lot of battling over this flag. Oh my god. It's the original, the answer. Chat, it's the original, the answer. This is not the Nephisto answer. This is the original answer. The one who was like, what the hell? I'm getting all these messages. I am not Nephisto's account handler. The correct answer? I see what you did there. Looks like OG's got enough field here to hold this flag. Oh, there's the answer in chat. The real fighter, they say. Let's go. Oh, hello. There's always that point in the KvK where one camp holds hands the other and they start singing Kumbaya. It is kind of true. Like, there's always those places where it's like, we just don't have the firepower to be everywhere we want to be. We just got to focus. Yeah, it looks like 2338's kind of coming in hot here. I will say, based off their position, like 2338 both has a lot of land and they have little under contention. So those players have the most opportunity, I think, to sort of roam the map and cause havoc, which, you know, presumably that's exactly what they're up to here. They should want to get this flag burning again, which I can't even load it into the screen here. But they should want to get the flag that's right around here lit up pretty soon. You're in Nephisto's alliance and he's currently muted by Lilith? Is he really? Is he really? Citrix, hey. Uh-oh. Thank you for the 5 months. I just pulled my bathroom doorknob off. You know not your own strength. Also, did you just admit to me that you were watching the stream while, you know, taking care of business? Either way, let's be real. Let's be real. Live streaming is just good entertainment wherever you are, okay? It's just good entertainment wherever you are. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't think Nephisto's changed kingdoms. That's funny. It's like it's the modern equivalent of you know, like reading the newspaper, right? It's the modern equivalent. You open up YouTube or Twitch. No shame there, hasn't there? Yeah, hey, no shame there. I'd rather stare at a stream than the wall. True. True. You know? You'd rather, yeah, you know, just be looking at stuff like this, listening to the soothing sounds of my voice while you sit on the throne. Oh, God. You know, I never intended to become a YouTuber, by the way. Like, at no point in my life was I like, you know what I aspire to be in life is a YouTuber. That was never a thing that I sat down and I was like, yeah. And when the content creator program was created for Rise of Kingdoms, I mean, I started doing it, but never did I imagine that this would be what I would be doing full time. And there's pros and cons to the lifestyle, right? Like, there's definitely pros and cons. I would say that the one con of this lifestyle that nobody really considers is that it's like a full-time, like it's the most ultra full-time I've ever done anything, right? I mean, I've done my fair share of gaming, and my fair share of like way too much time committed to a game. But dude, this is next level because you got a game like that and you got to be creating content. I've never been recognized IRL. I really thought, Midas, that when I went to PAX East, that somebody was going to notice me. Be like, It's Chisgule. No. Nope. 0 people have recognized me. IRL. I've been like, hey, wait a minute. Which is funny. And it's funny because I brought my buddy Telerian into a video about like jumper accounts. Like this was actually 3.5 years ago, okay? Telerian was starting to play the game. Telerian's his gamer tag, right? And oh, that's actually funny. Let me finish this story, then I'll do that. And so he basically did all the research for me, and I coached him on his jumper account. And then I made a video with him about how to jump and the, you know, the nitty gritty of it. And within 24 hours, somebody went up to him and was like, "You're Telerian from Chisgule's channel." No one has ever recognized me. IRL. Nobody. Yeah, flag's getting swarmed, by the way. I'll zoom in on it so you can see it better. One in the chat, if you have watched my content while you're sitting on the throne. 2 if you have not. 3 if you don't know what I mean by sitting on the throne. This is about to be a bit much, isn't it? It's okay. It's a safe space. You can admit it. All right, here's the better question, though. Are you ready for this one? I'm gonna put in an official poll. Have you been on voice on Discord while sitting on the throne? There we go. Have you been on Discord voice while sitting on the throne? It's okay, you can be honest. Oh, here comes the murder ball up to this flag. You can be on mute. Okay, on mute counts as being on voice. Muted still counts. I'm actually surprised it's only 47% and not more. Either way, like almost 50% of people have been on Discord voice while sitting on the throne. Have I? Absolutely. Are you kidding? I expected way higher. Can you imagine not being muted? Yeah, don't mess that one up. That's funny. Oh yeah, you don't want your video to pop on in the middle of that. Ooh. Oof. Oh god. You know what's really funny? We went on some pretty cool vacations when I was a kid, okay? And we went on a cruise. And I remember vividly that like the cruise director was like this very charismatic, over the top figure, right? And I was a teenager at the time. And there was this like, really large assembly room, okay? And I forget what the exact context was for why we were gathered there. I think there was like a bingo event going on. And during the intermission, little break, okay? The cruise director, of course, they go to the restroom, and their mic is still freaking hot, and you could just hear everything going on. Nobody turned off the mic either. It was pretty funny. Thankfully, it's just number one, not number two. All right. But like, so embarrassing. You're the cruise director. Mic is hot when you go to the restroom. Oh, man. You know, and it's like a professional mic, you know? Like one of those ones that's like taped to your face or whatever. You can hear a lot. Cruises are really a weird experience, though. I mean, there's things that if you've never been on a cruise, right? And like, obviously, it's a weird time in human history for cruises, because of obviously concerns around COVID. But you know, just flashing back to when that wasn't a thing. Cruises are a weird experience. A lot of it is really about like feeding you just way too much food. The food availability is out of control. And the ship's not that big. So like everywhere you go, you're surrounded by food. Most people end up gaining weight on a cruise. He did wash his hands, by the way. So at least there's that one. So there's just so much food on a cruise, you know? But the advantage of a cruise is you go to a lot of places potentially and have a lot of convenience about how you do it. The downside is you don't eat a lot of the foods when you're there, like from the actual cultures that you're visiting, which is really unfortunate. Here comes the XY rally, by the way. So I'll give an example. You know, again, my parents thought cruising was really cool. Okay. And I was never, I'm never like not really that into it. All right. But it's fine. It's not, you know, it's fun. And so, one of the last big vacations we did with my dad, and I'm really glad I went on this vacation. I debated if I was going to go kind of like at all, because it was kind of pushing it on vacation time for work. And I'm just really, really glad that I went on this vacation. But it was a cruise through Europe, different parts of Europe, which is really cool. And I remember we stopped, I want to say it was actually, you know, in Norway, you know, gonna go visit Cortex in Norway. We stop in Norway and like, you have to choose between eating the food on the ship, which is really good, or like, do you want to pay a bunch of extra money and eat the local food? I think the obvious answer is you skip the food on the ship and you get the local food because you're never going to be back. But either way, you're never really like immersed in the culture. That's the problem with a cruise. You're never really immersed in the cultures you're visiting. Dude, that rally's getting swarmed out. You can see the Tommy stacks on that thing. 11 stacks. It's pretty brutal. It's either multiple Tommies or one stacking really well. How long was the cruise? I think it was like, I want to say like 10 days. Oh yeah, a lot of drinking on cruises. Oh my God. A lot of drinking on cruises. Right, and for my parents, you know, who are old, a cruise makes a lot of sense from a logistics standpoint. Right? They don't have to worry about driving, getting on a plane to go to each of the different places. I mean, it makes sense that they get to see a lot of places, and they might not have been able to do that otherwise. Game's gonna crash? Yeah, I don't think my iPad's gonna crash, honestly. I think it's gonna work out. But I think my preference is to really experience the local cultures, you know? Am I farming gems in the Lost Kingdom? I am not. I farm my resources. I buy my gems. I guess technically I am also buying resources from the in-game Lilith shop here because they come in the bundles. If I had the option to swap out the resources in the bundles, I mean, obviously speed-ups would be preferable, but the only thing I would really change is to stop giving me each resource type and to just get pick ones. That's the real winner. Don't flex too hard. All right, I'll tone it back a little bit here. I can't even tell if this flag burned or not, but I don't think the rally's still here. I mean, that's just going to be a cluster for a while. We'll have to look back in and see what the heck happened. I can see where the flag is. Oh, it burned. It burned. Wow. Okay. Flag burned. What time is it here? It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Whoa. Big troop movement here. Hello. Where are they going? It says, follow me. Where are they going? JST side or 75 flag burned? That is a JST side flag, I believe. Yeah, it's JST side. You almost got to zoom it out, see where the flag is in the dot mode, and then tap the flag. Yeah. That's burning. That's burning. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to stream around 12:30. Maybe 12:45 UTC. And then the match is going to be at 13 UTC. And then shortly after that, like, I mean, W is going to have 3 really difficult matches in a row. They are theoretically winnable matches for us. But, like, we have to bring our A game. So, they're going to be tough matches. And it's going to be really difficult because we don't have any troops right now. Like, I have troops because I'm going to be over 150 million. So I'm not going to be an imperium burden. Right? I mean, here we go. I mean, I'm sitting on 51 million power coming back to me. 103 million power worth of dead troops. But other people are really low power right now for this migration. It's going to be really difficult. The amount of healing that's going to happen is just going to be really insane. Oh, dang, it's Pork Chop. Dude, now that is an old school player of Rise of Kingdoms right there. Pork Chop was in Kingdom 2 with Abe back in the day and Negan. Pork Chop's old school, man. That dude's old school. Super old school. Abe still plays. It's not the original Abe, though. Original Abe does not still play. Oh my god, that alliance is called Just the Tip. Jen is really the driver of the Abe account. Most people don't know the original Abe. The original Abe was insane. The original Abe, I mean, dude, Abe and Cupid, I don't know, one in the chat, if you knew the original Abe, the original Cupid. But they, oh, look at that, Martel caught out, GG. They came from Lords Mobile, and they got to Rise of Kingdoms because they were like, oh my god, Rise of Kingdoms is so cheap to max a commander compared to Lords Mobile. It's weird to think about Rise of Kingdoms being cheap for maxing a commander. But that's where they were at, man. They were like, dude, this is... They switched because of how cheap it was to max commanders in this game compared to Lords Mobile. Yonko says, I'm from Lords Mobile too. Yeah, so how much did it cost to max a commander on Lords Mobile? If you look at my original, like, KvK Season 1 content, you'll see, like, Abe and Cupid and Jen and Negan and shoot, what was the name of the other dude that was a part of that clique? 11K per legendary on Lords Mobile. There you go. There you go. I mean, people like to collect stuff. That's the thing. People loved collecting things. I really should have learned this as a child. Right? Like, I had a stamp collection. I didn't even really know what that meant. Which is why it's even more nonsensical. That just, like, pictures on pieces of paper used to send mail is something people would collect. And, like, here we are. Here we are. And the crazier part, of course, is that, you know, stamps, baseball cards, football cards, I mean, they all hold immense value, right? Pokemon trading cards. They all hold immense value if you find the right person to sell it to. Skippy Primary might be an accident. I don't know if that's a Flavius in there or not. Yeah, that looks pretty rough. My collection of stamps? Oh, I mean, it was tiny. I don't know. Insignificant. My grandfather was sort of into stamp collecting. And thus my uncle, my grandfather's son, was also kind of into stamp collecting for a while. But I feel like I should have learned from that experience that humans will collect just about anything. And the real winning part of that equation to be on is the part of the economy that regulates the... or creates the traded item. That's really where you want to be. And so mobile games just capitalize on the human desire to collect and own stuff. Right? Like, Rise of Kingdoms, a part of the reason this game is so popular is because it's a collection game. And you can't deny that it's a collection game, right? Like, it's a collection game. Resources, commanders, equipment, it's a collection game. And the question is, what can you do with your collection? Well, with a collection of stamps, you can't do much, can you? Guess you show them off, I guess, somewhere. You know? But Rise of Kingdoms, it's a collection game where ultimately you know, battle, do war with your collection. That's all there is to it. Right? And the difference, however, between like a stamp collection, which you actually own the stamps, and a digital collection, in particular mobile games, is that you actually own the stamps, whereas you do not own your Rise of Kingdoms account. Technically, Lilith owns your Rise of Kingdoms account, and you have the right to play on it. Technically, that's how that works. Y'all knew that, right? You are real, like, Lilith owns it all. Blockchain gaming will change that. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how it unfolds. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, like, I think originally blockchain gaming, people thought it was going to be like NFTs and blockchain and like, yeah. But a lot of these NFT games are just garbage. So far, a lot of them have just been total trash. So, and I don't think we've yet to see an NFT game really pop off. And the only one that did pop off was Axie Infinity. And then they got hacked for like $600 million. Literally, they got hacked for like $600 million because they took a convenience with a security loophole or something like that. Transactions were taking too long, so they took a liberty with a security protection that subsequently left them vulnerable in a way they didn't expect. And $600 million worth of value just evaporated. It didn't evaporate, it was stolen. I mean, somebody got it. So, you know, the idea behind NFT gaming, for those that don't know, is you have a token that represents your ownership of things in the game. This is oversimplification, so bear with me. And you actually, like, instead of owning... Well, let me say it differently. Instead of, like, having Guan Yu at this skill level, like, there would be a token that represented this. And I could actually trade it to somebody else. You could actually trade it to somebody else. And then it would leave your collection and join theirs. That's, like, how NFT gaming in theory would work, right? And the, you know, the problem is that they sort of become these economies where the value really fluctuates, among other things. Yeah, the concept could be good, but there's currently not anyone executing it in a way where, like, gamers are like, wow, what a game. Right? Like, if you think about it, like, I think that the reality of most mobile games is that they're not designed to be great games. Like, they're designed to extract money. Like, most mobile games are that way. It's just... It's a bummer. That rally got kind of wrecked. And so the problem with NFT games is, like, the people making them are, like, 100% just there for making money, not to make good games. And, like, look, I will eagerly await when somebody makes a really great game where the gameplay is the focus. But until I've seen it, man, I'm pretty leery. You'd say Supercell games are pretty free-to-play friendly? Do you think XY will become irrelevant? No, I don't think so. I think the fact that we just had cavalry meta hit and XY is still super relevant means that he's staying for a while. We got like another 6 to 9 months on XY. City bubbled. All right. I was hoping we get a big old city rally there. I think a part of the reason gaming has gone the way that it has, and this is really tragic, but a big part of the reason gaming has gone the way that it has, where the goal is to do microtransactions and to extract just like as much money as you can from as many people as you can, is that the cost of making a good game has gone way up, but the acceptable box price for a game has not changed. I'm not justifying the nature of sort of predatory microtransactions. What I'm saying is that I think the reason it's gone that way is that people still expect a game to cost $60, but like when I was less than 10, you were paying $60 for like a Nintendo game, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like the price of a game, the box price, is the same. So financially, game makers, like, what are their options? They can't afford to make these good games, a higher quality game. because the financial equation's too weird. I mean, I think the way I heard this best explained was by Tectone. He's a content creator who went really big with Genshin Impact, but was creating long before that game hit. And he explained that, like, one run of a new hero, in fact, the rerun, I think it was the rerun of a hero banner they'd already had in Genshin Impact, made more money than, like, the best box game that had, like, ever been created. I forget what it was called. I'm butchering this, but yeah, I think you see where I'm going with this. So, like, if the shitty rerun of a character that had already been available in the game made more money than the best, like, off-the-shelf game you could buy, like, do you see the problem? Like, this is the problem. So, I don't know what the answer is. But if somebody showed up and they said, you know, my game costs you $200, but there's no microtransactions, you'd be like, no, you're stupid. I'd never buy that game. Meanwhile, Chisgule has spent almost $100,000 on Rise of Kingdoms, and it's like, ... There's a lot of money to be made in anime games like Genshin. It's so true. It's so true. For me, the most vile microtransaction that I ever encountered was on some version of Halo. And it was disgusting to me because I paid the full price for a Halo game, but then, like, to use the weapon in multiplayer, I had to buy packs to get the weapon. Does anyone remember this? What was that? I vaguely remember this. At the time, I was in my 20s, I think. I was playing on Xbox at the time. Was it Halo 5? What Halo was this? Someone has to know. I can't be the only one who was like, what the actual F is this doing in my Halo game? Five? I mean, and then I never returned to the Halo series. At the time, it wasn't like I was spending lots of money on those packs either. But, like, that literally killed the whole Halo franchise for me. That was it. Killed the franchise for me. I played Halo Reach. I played ODST. I played 1, 2, 3. I mean, I played the hell out of Halo series, you know? And it wasn't just cosmetics, man. It was like you entered the battle with, like, a better weapon or something stupid. I don't even remember. I feel like for me, ODST was maybe peak Halo. I really liked, I mean, I did a lot of multiplayer, obviously, but I also really liked Firefight. It's good stuff. Reach was pretty good. I like the armor abilities. Those were kind of cool. Right? Like, those were cool. Someone says Rise of Kingdoms is actually one of the best pay-to-win games where free-to-play are relevant. Yeah, I mean, I might be out of touch at this point with what other games are like. Because, I mean, I haven't obviously gone, like, really far in the free-to-play experience of some of these other games. What is Halo? Oh, my God. You don't know Master Chief? You don't know Master Chief? Cortana? Really? These are like household names growing up for me, you know? My only regret is not realizing that like YouTubing was a thing sooner. Like if I had started when I was younger, oh my God. I cannot believe that I did not understand that like YouTubing was a thing when I was younger. I really wish I understood. Chat says Crystal Tech is still the biggest fail. Yeah, I really wish and miss the sort of pre-Crystal Tech days. The pre-Crystal Tech days were good, man. Staying up for 3 days straight playing Halo and Call of Duty were good times. Kingdom Tech would be much better. Yeah, I like the idea of Kingdom Tech a lot. 38 is not Imperium, but very WoW, very fighter. Yeah. Nobody's talking about Doom? Bro, Doom back in the day was good. You got to get that BFG, you know? People probably don't even know what BFG stands for. What was it, the BFG 2000 or 5000? I can't remember. What was the number on the BFG? It had a number. But Shotgun was pretty good. Shotgun was pretty good. So Midas, you're almost there, but the F is a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more vulgar for what the F stands for. Quake, I didn't really do much of. Unreal Tournament, I did a little bit. Rainbow Six, I never really got into. Back in the day, no, oh yeah, 007 GoldenEye on Super Nintendo. GoldenEye on Super Nintendo, that was pretty good. I did play Wolfenstein 3D a little bit, but I never really got into it. I never got into Wolfenstein. I mean, you want like the real OG game. I mean, it's not a PC game, so bear with me. But Contra, bro, Contra was that's a classic game right there. One of the best side scrollers of all time, right? Is Contra. Has to be. It's gotta be Contra. I never got into RuneScape, no. This is an interesting flag build here. It's a little aggressive. Like, look at this. This flag is an hour 35 build. Like, if someone's paying attention, they could swarm that. It's too late now. Now it's 51. Yeah, see, now they see it. They scouted it, but I think it's too late now. As long as they have a captain in there, it's probably fine. 40-minute build, still not great, but there's probably 1 million troops in there. Ski free. Wow. Bro, the time I spent, oh wow, the time I spent on ski free. Hold on, I gotta look that up. Ski free. I'm pretty sure I played that. Oh my God. That's a game right there. Yeah, that's ski free. That's a game. And if you really knew what you were doing, like obviously this, you know, the computers at your school, you could find ski free and play it there. 100%. You ever play F-Zero on Super Nintendo? What about F-Zero on Super Nintendo? That's a good game right there. Dude, I'd play F-Zero. Racing game, you know? That was a good game. A lot of flags here are burning for 365. This is going to be a problem. Looks like they got a repair running. This flag is full. Would I ever play console games on the channel? Maybe. I don't know. Ooh, hello. That flag's in trouble. Big move on this flag by 365. We got Swarm here with a rally. That's a Boudica. Probably Henry secondary, if I had to guess. Yeah, it is Henry. You know, ideally against a Xeno, you run that Gilgamesh primary. You want that to really hurt whenever they heal. Oregon Trail is pretty legit too. Yeah, Oregon, dude, when you got to, I remember going to the school library in elementary school, like the original Oregon Trail's on there, and I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing of all time. What the hell is this game? At school. I'm at school. I'm playing a game. This is amazing. Subsequently, by the way, they made a board version game of the Oregon Trail, and there's no winning. Like, you can't beat this game. You can't actually win. You can't actually win. It's too hard to win. This flag's in some trouble here. I mean, that's its last opportunity. It burns again and that thing's gone. This flag probably is not getting repaired either. Yeah, this is a problem now for 365. I mean, they kind of got to just hold on. The sort of hope for 365 in this situation is that they have more commitment and they play more hours. I mean, they have to basically play insane hours for like 24 to 48 hours here and hope that the enemy is more casual and that their presence winds down after the rush of Kingsland opening, whereas the 365 presence does not. That's the only, I think, hope here, based on how the map is looking at the moment. So 365 really needs to kind of hold it together and weather the storm and hope that these guys all mellow out. A99, how's it going? Good to see you. The best 5 open field marches right now? Ooh. You know, I got to think about this a little bit and put together a video because I haven't really thought about this since the release of Joan Prime. But let me give you a little bit, you know, from the hip here. You got your Guan Skippy. There's your infantry march. Okay. You run that. You're going to run 2 archer marches. And you have some combinations of commanders you can use. But one of the primaries is going to be Nebu. One of the primaries is going to be Boudica Prime. Okay. Secondary commanders could be Esong, could be Artemisia, could include Cyrus. You could use Tamaris, right? Depends on your philosophy and what you might be doing. If you're swarming flags, like, you know, Nebu Tommy is kind of a higher priority, right? And then for your cavalry, you got some combination of the following 4. I'll give them to you in the order I'd probably run it, which is going to be XY Joan and Nevsky William. You probably run it like that. But those 4 cavalry commanders in some combination belong on the list. And you could throw Honda Tarakatsu in that lineup really anywhere. So you could do Nebu Honda, reasonable. You could do XY Honda, reasonable. A lot of good choices here. Whoa, they haven't figured out they can burn that flag yet. Dude, all their field presence is just somewhere else right now. Oh, maybe it's over here. Hello. City rally. Ooh, big fireworks. Woo! 208,000 damage on the city? That's big damage. 100,000 damage? That city's burning. Yeah, there it is. 67 million power city. Honestly, I don't know if their hospital even fills up. They don't have enough troops in there. Here come the caravans, though. So they're online. That's the sort of city where maybe with Attila Takeda, you're more likely to actually fill their hospital. Send Ruz gold and I may send you reports, says KM. That's funny. How does one go about finding a good kingdom to migrate to? You got to do your research, honestly. If you're looking for a lot of kingdoms, my Discord server is a pretty good spot to just look around. Discord.gg/Chisgule. But a lot of people advertise there. There are dedicated sections for advertising your jumper project, your kingdom. People advertise their accounts. There's dedicated channels for all those things. Oh my god, the logo on Ski Free just looks like so old now. It's actually unbelievable. Dude, I swear. These games. The graphics look so good at the time. And now you look back at them and it's like, oh my god. Like the game Colonization, I thought was the coolest game. It was like Civilization, but colonizing the US. I thought Colonization was so fun. And I look back at the graphics and I like kind of vom a little. Like I don't think I could actually play it. Another really good one, by the way. Here, okay, this is how you know the real OGs. How many of you played Masters of Orion? One in the chat if you played the original Mu, the original Masters of Orion. Two of you have never heard of this game before. Does look like JST is doing a flag build here. So they're moving in. A classic. Yeah, dude, Masters of Orion. That was a game right there, man. So good. It was so good. I mean, it's basically like Civilization, but it was in space. And you'd outfit your spaceships with, you know, different weapons and shields and missiles and technology systems as you're doing research, right? It's like a city builder, except, you know, you're in space. Now, this game's very old. It didn't age exactly all that well. And Masters of Orion 2 was really good. But when they released Masters of Orion 3, it was just bad. Masters of Orion 3 was just bad. I don't know why. They really messed that one up. It was a true, it's a heartbreaker. It's a real heartbreaker. That was a great game. The youngsters. Masters of Orion was just, it was so good. It was so good. New infantry commanders. I mean, in the earliest, like 2 months, but I feel like ranged commanders might kind of hijack the cycle. Command and Conquer was your introduction to RTS. Yeah, I think for me, it was probably... I mean, it might have been with some of the original Warcraft, actually. Some of the original Warcraft games were my introduction to real-time strategy. Looks like this flag build, they're kind of getting away with it. So, I mean, it looks like JST is kind of gaining some ground up here. But they might be losing some ground through the center of the map especially. Yeah, I mean, they can't make it so you can transfer stuff between accounts. Because unfortunately, then the meta would simply become making a zillion farm accounts and then you just transfer it all to your main. You just make a bunch of feeder accounts. That's the problem. I mean, all the kingdoms are pretty fun to watch here. The question was, you know, what are my thoughts on 2338? I think all the kingdoms are really fun to watch here. Oh my goodness. So my, I've got family visiting, but unfortunately my kid has the sniffles, so we're not able to spend time with them. They sent some pictures here. How's the lag for them? Man, who knows? Just as a reminder for those of you that have joined in the middle of the stream here, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming around 12:45 UTC. Gonna cast some Ark of Osiris, and then I'm going to be playing at about 15 UTC. Although I will not be streaming that because, you know, way too much of a competitive advantage here. Hey, kinda sorta Jewish. Welcome to the Elite Guard. Let's get those hype emojis for our newest member. Let's freaking go. Welcome to the Smash Squad. I appreciate you. Oh, I miss the old games, man. I do. There were some good ones. But yeah, we've kind of gone full circle. From collections and collection-based games to the weirdness around how they're priced now and why we have all these microtransactions. Back to appreciating the original greats like Masters of Orion and Doom. Why does it feel that old games are so much better? Because old games were designed to be fun. And the fun really mattered. New games are designed to keep you engaged and extract money. And that is, unfortunately, a reality with most games now. That's true of mobile games. That's true of PC games. It's just a bummer. It's true of console games. Elden Ring felt... You know, I didn't play Elden Ring, which is going to make you be like, what the hell, Chisgule? But this is also the weird thing about being a content creator, is that, like, either I move in big on variety streaming, which is just not where I'm at right now, or I double down on my niche, which is, like, city building war games. But, you like, as a content creator, you don't have time to do both things. I really don't. So for me, it was like, all right, I got to double down on my niche here. It's the city building war games, which is why I'm pretty hyped for Call of Dragons. It's why, in part, I tried a lot of games. I mean, War and Order, Infinite Galaxy. I did Lord of the Rings Rise to War. You know, I've played around with other games. Like, oh yeah, my wife's cousin really likes Crusader Kings. Atari was insane when it came out. Dude, let me tell you, I mean, I played a lot of Legos when I was a kid, you know? Legos, baby, were cool. Back in the day, man, I was all about the space Legos, you know? Space Legos were dope. M-Trons were legit. Old school M-Trons, man. It was M-Tron, Blacktron. What else did they have? I can't remember the name of the space series that came before M-Tron. Now you're really old school if you answer that one. Oh, Bionic came way later. They did a rerun of M-Tron, though. But I remember as a kid, you know, you'd get like a little packet, okay? A little magazine, a kid-sized magazine with the different Lego series. Oh, man. Was it Futron? Was it Futron? Was that the series before M-Tron? I think so. I think that might have been it. A niche means like a focus, an area of focus. No one in chat is even attempting to guess the space Legos. See, now this is how you know I've gone too far. That's how I know I've gone too far. Not even a 1. No, space Legos were the jam, bro. 1 in the chat if you played with Legos as a kid. 2 if you did not. I gotta know. Oh, I thought Legos were so cool. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Space Police! Dude, Space Police, I forgot about that. Space Police was pretty good. Wow. How can I see the different sets and their time frames for space? See entire timeline? Oh my god, this Lego website sucks. Too complicated. I just want to see... No. Oh, Lego Pirates were pretty dope too, actually. Lego Pirates were pretty dope. I was definitely into Lego Pirates. That was cool. The castle set was your favorite? Oh, I never got into castle set. Playmobil? Oh yeah, Playmobil was dope. Dude, I had the monorail. I had the Futron monorail. That was dope. I had the Futron monorail. That was amazing. Wait, was Redline still streaming? Oh, Jesus. We just get raided? Did we just get raided? I'm reminiscing about Legos and we get a Redline raid up in here? God dang. Well, for those of you just tuning in from the Redline raid, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you. Great to have you here. I'm Chisgule Gaming. I've got over 1,700 videos dedicated to making you a better player at Rise of Kingdoms. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. We've been watching the fireworks here, reminiscing on the good old days of gaming. Now we're talking about space Legos. Because, you know, I'm old, all right? Take it easy. All right, take it easy. Cheers, Redline. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you, man. For those that don't know Redline, he's in 254, fellow content creator. Went full-time making YouTube videos and streaming recently. So if you haven't checked out his channel, you got to go do that. You know he's OG. He's in the chat here. He's got the crystal shield. He actually was with me in Kingdom 51. He migrated there for the first KvK. Him, Death Squad was there. I mean, it was an old school crew, man, back in the day. Oh, Snake on the old Nokia phone. Yo! One in the chat if you wasted a stupid amount of hours on phone games. How many of you have spent just a stupid amount of time on phone games? Like, I'm not talking about, like, you know, like, new phone, like an iPhone. I'm talking about, like, the pre-iPhone days, baby. Yeah. Yeah, the blue Nokia phone with the little light. Yeah, that's the one. Little Nokia. But what was it? The Razer flip phone, too. Whoa, that was the effing jam. Yeah, Snake. Goddamn that Snake. That bastard Snake. I swear. Yeah, Snake on the phone. Flappy Bird? Oh, no, too advanced. We're talking about pre-Flappy Bird days, man. The pre-Flappy Bird days. What about a graphing calculator? How about this one? One in the chat if you played Mafia or any other game that involved selling drugs on your graphing calculator. Drug Wars. Well, maybe that was it. Dude, Drug Wars on the graphing calculator? Oh my god, that was dope. How is that even allowed? Do they even still use graphing calculators? Or is that already like the slide rule? Nobody even knows what that is. Okay, Pat, that's not something you probably want to admit. Appreciate your honesty. Oh my god. Safe place. No. We're gonna cut the talk off. We're gonna leave it at drugs and not enter into the realm of what you're proposing there, Frodo. We're gonna leave it there. Whoa, that's the line. All right. Line's gotta be somewhere. Oh my god. You beat the case. Dude. So, oh, hello. Is that fly getting rallied? It swarmed? Nothing. Alright. This just showed me a Xeno for some reason. Why am I farming with Constance? That's the best gold pit march you can use. It drains the pit less and gives you, I think, more resources as well. Because the 10% bonus on the Sundok and the Constance. Yeah, man, some good games back in the day. This song is called Tonight. It's on Monster Cat Gold. 2/3, Holly Drummond. Name of the artist. Has barb chaining been nerfed? Not recently, although at some point in the past, they made it so that now you cannot run the barb as far from its original position. So I don't think it's been nerfed in terms of loot, but I think it's a little harder to do. Wait a minute. Was that a rally coming in? Just a bunch of marches. Where are these guys going? They could contest this flag. I do not use presets for gathering except for the pit. I do have a preset on the pit. Yeah, they are tethered to a smaller area. That's right. Dude, I can't believe I ever barb chained. I don't have the patience for that anymore. I really don't. Yeah, I have made videos about Lohar. They're old, but still good. I mean, for some definition of good. Lots changed for the commanders you could pair him with. But yes, you just use Lohar to level up your other commanders. That's his role. That's purely his role. Old school cheat codes. Oh, man. How many of you used a Game Genie back in the day? You know what I'm talking about? Game Genie? Dude, that's old school. Game Shark? Dude, I remember when, in order to know the value of your Magic the Gathering cards, you had to get a magazine. You had to get, like, Scry magazine, right? Wasn't that the name of the magazine that had the price of the Magic the Gathering cards? Oh my god. Back when they would publish the price of the trading cards in a book. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Yes, yeah, same with hockey cards, sure. Yeah, trading cards. The price was in like a book. Game Spy. Oh my god. Dude, what a throwback. Dude, what was the caveman game? There was a caveman game in Super Nintendo where you get different weapons. There was like a bone. There was a boomerang. The wheel was pretty dope. What was the caveman game in Super Nintendo? Someone's got to know. Super Nintendo caveman game. I don't think it was Bonk. Joe and Mac. Bro, Joe and Mac. That game was dope. Yeah, Joe and Mac, man. That was probably the first game I played where at the end of the level, you like... do you rescue the girl? Is that what happens? I don't know, man. I actually don't know if Joe and Mac anymore is considered to be politically correct. What happens at the end of every level? Can't remember that one. You played Pokemon Yellow back in the day? Oh my god. Joe and Mac, those were good times. Although if you really wanted to get clapped, you just play Super Ghosts and Ghouls. I'll tell you that much. Super Ghosts and Ghouls would absolutely destroy you. And feel no shame for having done so, by the way. Looks like JSD's got some push going over here. Oh, hello. Yeah, I want to see this go down. Zelda. Yeah, Zelda games, man. Ellipsix, cheers. ABC, it's not clear who's winning yet. It's still kind of a toss-up. Super Mario movie coming out and it looks dope. Yeah, look cool, man. Dragon Warrior. Dude, there was some like... Was it called Double Dragon? Back in the day? Like old school PC game. Double Dragon. Oh my god, some of these games. I remember Killer Instinct. Yeah, the fighting games. Yeah, Double Dragon. Oh man. No, that was a good one. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a really good one too back in the day. Jorge, it's Hold My Beer, HMB. It's going to 254. Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Yeah. Most of the rallies have been pretty quick, honestly. Like, there's no rally that really has run a long time. Like, the rally hits, and then in 60 seconds or less, the swarm follows it up. HMB is in Kingdom 2080. That's the Word Addy Chad Kingdom. Double Dragon was played at the local arcade. Yeah, a lot of these games were in like arcades. Yeah, see, there's the swarm. Happens pretty fast. Swarm meta's lame. I mean, keeps things moving quickly. Like, you have to have field. That's the thing about the swarm meta, is you have to actually have field. If you don't have field, you're gonna get wrecked. 1k counterattack damage going down here. This Garrison is going down for sure. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if I'd call 365 a farmer kingdom. That feels like probably not a fair conclusion. Yo, what was the game called for... I think it was for Sega. It was something like Dual Axe. I'm not getting it right. It was a Sega game. And there were like a couple different characters that you had. That's really vague, I know. It was like Golden Axe. Yeah. Yeah, Golden Axe. Oh, that was a good one. Dude, Golden Axe was so good. Oh my god. Gotta look up Golden Axe. Golden Axe. Oh man, that was a good one. Bro. Oh yeah, that was such a good game. It looks really dumb now. Looking at the pictures of it. Not gonna lie. Pictures look really dumb. Let me get this full screen. Can I get it full screen? Hello? Visit the website? Fine, I'll visit your website. Yeah. Okay, it's in an article titled 10 Franchises Sega Should Resurrect. Golden Axe definitely belongs. Okay, this website is awful. It's just designed for me to click ads. God dang it. Whatever. The original Mortal Kombat was pretty cool, yeah. Street of Rage? That sounds familiar. This flag is pretty well protected by its position. I mean, this mountain is like a really nice defensive posture here. But the same is true of their territory in JST. Like, I don't know how you're burning this. Total War Rome is the daddy of games. Dude, okay, here's another one where you like know that people are old school. Whoever played King's Quest or Space Quest? You ever play King's Quest or Space Quest?
Yes, you find it quite tough. Always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy. Look up, there's a new
Those were some games. Wait. Has anyone in the chat played those games?
green dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel.
The OG Mortal Kombat film was pretty good. I don't remember it. Oh my god, no one played Space Quest or King's Quest? Making Fatty 2217 feel young again. Let's go.
Cause you are a strong man.
Roger Wilco, yeah.
Yes, you are a strong man.
Oh man.
Because you are a strong
Dude, Space Quest was so good. So there was a whole genre of game that I feel like doesn't really exist anymore. And there were sort of like puzzle games, okay? Where there were a whole bunch of like landscapes, physical spaces, where you'd like walk around and you had to like figure out what the hell was happening. And you'd like get items and then you'd have to use them in the right way or the right place to solve like sort of puzzles of story, if that makes any sense. And I remember Space Quest had all these really fun mini games in it. I mean, like, this is so old school. No one's going to remember this. But, like, in Space Quest, they had an arcade game in the game. And I feel like you had to beat it for some reason. And it was basically Flappy Bird. It was basically Flappy Bird. I'm trying to say that Flappy Bird, I can't believe I didn't create it. Like, this game was a known game. Anyways, whatever. Someone will look it up and be like, holy shit, that was Flappy Bird. I just never put 2 and 2 together. Paperboy was good. Yeah, that was a good one. I never watched Maze Runner or read it. Tribal Wars is like Rock, but old school. Final Fantasy. I can't believe I never got into the Final Fantasy series. I don't know how that never happened. I'm not on either side here. I'm just spectating. You got 365 on the side of 1. Oh, Dungeon Keeper was good. What a plot twist on Dungeon Keeper, right? So the premise of Dungeon Keeper is you play the side of the bad guys. Okay, you make the dungeon, and heroes come into your dungeon, and you of course want to kill the heroes. Dungeon Keeper's a good one. Monkey Island. That's ultimate classic right there. Legends of Monkey Island. That's good stuff. Yeah. I mean, Monkey Island is kind of in the same genre as like Space Quest, the same genre as like King's Quest, except, you know, it's like pirate themed, and it's like sort of puzzles of story that you're trying to figure out, you know? And the way that you did sword fighting in this game, this is because, like, bro, take it easy. Like, let me find the graphics for this game, okay? Let me find the graphics here. Original Monkey Island game. Okay. That's not original. What the heck? That's definitely New Monkey Island. Why, Steam page, are you doing this to me? I'm getting lots of graphics and these are not. These do not look new. Or sorry, they do not look original. This might be. Okay, can we make it? Oh yeah. We got graphics here. You can sort of see it. Like, you're picking up items and they interact with each other. And it's puzzles a story. Anyways, the way that you did sword fighting in this game is you'd basically be insulting each other. And the quality of your insult would determine if you gained position. It is a good game. This is a really good rally to run here. The Gilga with Henry is great rally choice. Against a Xeno, that's exactly where you want to be. You want to punish with the Gilga for the healing. Use the Gilga primary to reduce the health of the target, then hit him with the big damage from the Henry. .65 is losing ground everywhere except JST. I mean, it's a tough situation, right? You have basically single alliances dealing with whole kingdoms, more or less. JST's in 1365. There's a new Monkey Island in the making. Sick. Sega Game Gear. Nice. Never played Day of the Tentacle. Never heard of that one, actually. No, yeah. Doesn't it make you feel really, like, nostalgic for the old games, you know? Kind of makes me want to play a couple games. They're not older games, really. It makes me want to play Night Squad. And it makes me want to play Castle Crashers. Ruz, do we ever play Castle Crashers, man? I know we played Night Squad. You ever play Castle Crashers? Maybe we'll play that one day. One day when we're not in KvK and the migration's done. Maybe we'll get some people that are funny on stream and we'll go for it. That's a really good game. It's like just the right level of stupid, you know? This is a good one. You prefer to do it during KvK? Yes, instead of fighting. You're calling these old games makes me feel ancient. I first played Pong on a Radio Shack console. My first PC was a TRS-80. Oh boy. Dude. Lambo, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Radio Shack. You remember Radio Shack? Do those even exist anymore, or did they all go out of business? Dude, you walk into a Radio Shack, you look at the remote control car, you know? Woo! Damn, those remote control cars. Or at Toys R Us, if you made it down the right aisle of a Toys R Us. They had some sophisticated looking components for remote control cars. I mean, that was like, they had some badass stuff that you could get at Toys R Us if you went down the right aisle. I never played MUDs. That's where you've gone like too far for me. Like text-based games is I never got into that. One of my childhood best friends was really it. Like that was his first entryway to gaming. Not for me though. Even mentioning the phrase MUD is like, bro. Wow. Radio Shack is still around? No kidding. You don't say, man. That's crazy. All right. Let's see here. All right, are any Rise of Kingdoms YouTubers streaming now? I gotta check. We gotta check. Just looking through. Everybody was streaming, nobody is streaming. All right. Here's the deal, chat. My little kid's just waking up from her nap, and I gotta go spend some time with the little kid. You know how it goes. So I gotta head out for now. But I had a damn good time going down memory lane watching this KvK here with you. If you had a good time, do me a huge favor, throw a like on the stream, consider subscribing. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to be casting Osiris League gameplay. I plan to be doing that on my own channel. I don't think I'm streaming yet on the official channel, but presumably I'll be doing that later on in the season. So subscribe if you haven't already. My Discord server is discord.gg/Chisgule. You can check it out. Links in the description, or, discord.gg/Chisgule. My name. And until next time, you have fun, smash your enemies. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. Had a good time. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday.